Yo, what's up?
That was all. Yeah, it was. He did.
Yeah, y'all hear us? We good? Huh? No, we good. I'm hoping they can hear us though, because your boy ain't back there. All right, so everybody give a mic test just to be sure.
Check.
Hello.
Yo.
Welcome.
Yo.
We can hear it too,
Yeah,
Mike.
Oh
yeah,
shit,
everybody's
baby, you
good.
need to be on stage with us from now
Right,
on.
right. Oh, damn. Maybe that's the problem. You back there fucking messing with knobs and shit. You'd have your ass up here.
Well, y'all,
Shout out, new member Athena J. Welcome. Thank
Hi,
you for
Athena
signing
girl. Welcome.
Athena girl.
Welcome.
You made your hair red.
I think I might.
Yeah,
know
it was
her.
green last review. I kind of like the green because I think I want that to be my next color. So, but I've done red.
And I think we have started on time. Some of these shows, y'all. I saw y'all climbing in here. Anyway, let's go.
but yeah, so welcome to the live, man. Across the Spider-Verse. I'm starting off wrong, but hey, we're gonna get right. We're gonna get right. Yeah, we are.
How you doing today, Jalen?
We are reviewing Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I'm in my Spider-Man attire. You know what I'm saying? I lost my mask.
Yeah, they
bro.
said when people ask for Jalen, and that's
They
what we got.
got it.
Yeah, man.
They
Yeah,
love
man.
it.
I
They love it.
appreciate
They
it.
love
I
it.
appreciate
Nick.
it.
Nick was fired, goddammit. Because Nick said this was super aight, so we fired his ass.
Word. But yeah, we're gonna get some of his thoughts. We're gonna get some of his thoughts too. So yeah. He didn't get fired, y'all. No, he really did get fired. But before we get started,
Yeah.
who do we have on stage today? Miss Naturally Nay,
Hello.
Modest Media.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm straight, man. You?
All right, I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy to have you here, man.
Happy to be here, man. Happy to be here. Ken,
Howdy.
howdy. We got a howdy. Word. Okay.
Howdy, word.
And Mike Seatown.
Yep. Hi. What's your name?
Y'all will get that reference by the end of the week.
Oh God.
And now, before we dive into anything,
Yes.
we're gonna pass the floor to Miss Naturally Nay and give you her Reddit roses.
Hi, we have Reddit roses. So my first few roses are coming from the thread that you guys created on our rewatchable review of what was the first one called? This is Into the Spider-Verse?
No,
No,
this is
this
a
is
cross.
Across.
The
So
other
it
one was
did
First
Into.
one is Into, this is Across. So the review on Into the Spider-Verse, David Dunn 21 says, personally, this movie is cool, but there are some things I couldn't get past, and Shoebox Kingpin is one. So you guys weren't familiar with the whole Donald Glover thing. I didn't know what he was referring to. I'm assuming it has something to do with one of the Easter eggs that was in this film, right? So we'll get to that later, I guess. Dinez 10, love this movie and this review. It took me months to realize the spider that gave Miles his powers was from another universe. I felt so stupid. Don't feel stupid because I didn't realize it till this movie either. It's okay. Mahi Mahal, as a half black and half Puerto Rican, we for the most part call ourselves Afro-Latino. We are black people that can swim. What the fuck? I obviously didn't read this all the way through. Sorry.
Wow.
There is no difference between brown skinned Puerto Rican and black people other than colonization. We are one, just a different flavor.
Lucky you half black.
I don't know how I completely missed that line, but I guess I read the intent of the comment, but thanks. The next few are coming from the thread that you guys created on Across the Spider-Verse. This was a spoiler thread, and Fernsworth says this movie was just so fun to watch visually. It was impossible to be bored because there was just so much to look at. Animation-wise, it is better than the first one, but it's not fair to compare it in a thematic point of view because it's part one and a setup. The next one is going to be so good. I can already tell. Cautious C197 says Brian Tyree Henry definitely got way more shine in this and killed it. Was really happy with the spot by Jason Schwartzman as well. Glad they delayed the second installment to shorten the wait for the final act. And we have Furtive Placebo, who says the video version is worth it just for kids. Oh no, this is not. That was the wrong one. Sorry, guys. TJ Higpin 2 said when I saw Dominican Morales, only thing I thought was, damn, Mike was right about the Spidey sense color changing shit. There were a couple of references in there about that and how Mike kind of called the way this one ended in our rewatchable review. So kudos to you, Mike. And then I have a featured rose. Dun, 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 dun. From Best Pangolin 732. I need Jalen on Across the Spider-Verse review.
Aww.
I do not care how nerdy you end up sounding. I need you to actually the crew as many times as you need to this upcoming Sunday.
Well, actually,
Every question they have must be answered. Every Easter egg must be pointed out, and every incorrect statement they make must be corrected. Do it for us Spidey fans.
Damn.
Y'all
Ooh,
got
they put a
it.
lot
Here
on
he
you.
You got a loyal girlfriend, bro.
That was a whole thread.
That was sweet.
They created a whole thread about that. So
Wow.
that was it was a bunch of people saying, yeah, they wanted Jalen up here. So y'all got him. So
Yeah.
y'all better act right in these comments.
right.
Yeah.
Watch they talk shit about him at some point too.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
That's how they
yeah,
do.
they will.
Man,
That's how they do.
That's how Reddit is.
Yeah, that's what
But thanks for your comments, guys.
They just
Keep
had
them
no
coming.
faith in us.
Shaw didn't.
I know.
It's earned.
I will say before we dive into everything, y'all in the comments, I know there's a lot of things that give you like hints and everything. If you have a major Easter egg, make it a super chat, but also try not to give away what may happen in the next film.
Also, you giving them rules.
Check 'em.
Yeah, man, I don't want y'all because I know
Check 'em,
when we
boo.
did Into
Check
the
'em.
Spider-Verse, there were a couple of things y'all said that were Easter eggs that could lead to a couple of things that we didn't mention. But I just want to make sure we don't ruin the experience for y'all for the next film. You know, to have certain things.
I
Like,
thought
you know
this
what
was
I'm
an all
saying?
new story. So this story is already a thing in the books.
No, but there are certain
okay.
things that you can pick up on that you'd be like, oh, maybe this happened in the book, so maybe you know what I'm saying. So you don't want that to like, you know what I'm saying. I have every Miles Morales comic up to like the beginning of
That
2022.
is the same Athena. I
So-
know her. What's up, Athena?
Yeah.
Hi, Athena girl.
Just I just don't want y'all to ruin it for them. But hey, do your best. I mean, there's so many Easter eggs in this one. I ain't gonna get everyone. I appreciate the courage y'all have in me and the the faith y'all have in me. But I've seen it twice, and even having conversations with some of my homeboys about it, they were picking up on stuff, and I gave them stuff that you don't even see. So let's go into it. Nay,
Yes.
what were your thoughts on Across the Spider-Verse?
She about to make some people mad.
I did not like it as much as the first one. But the things that I enjoyed in the first one, I enjoyed in this one. I just felt like it was a little bit too many different things happening for me to enjoy it. I wanted to be at the end like, damn, to be continued. But instead I was like, phew, to be continued. Because I didn't want it to keep going. It was a little bit too much for me. Sorry.
Gotcha. What about you, Rod?
I was with Nay at first, but I'm so glad I watched it a second time though, because it was a lot happening. It's a lot to take in. You know, ever since this whole multiverse thing happened, it's just been a little aggravating for me. You know what I'm saying? But nah, going back. What?
Keep going.
But nah, watching it another time, you know, I understood the complexity of it. You know, it's necessary. I think, you know, if you're gonna do it, this is the movie. I think you do it with something that's animated. You know what I mean? Like that was the feeling I had watching it. Like, if you're gonna do multiverse, this is the way you should have. This is probably the best way you should do it. Do it animation.
Speaking of that, we had a members chat from Rob who asked, "Would you let Jay-Z die to save the multiverse?"
What?
Thought he remember.
He didn't answer though. You see that?
That's a ridiculous question. Did he pay for that?
They get a free
It's a
chat as a member.
Yeah. I'll let him die.
Not Nikki, please.
I'll let him die.
What are your thoughts on Across the Spider-Verse, Ken?
Oh man, when this shit started, bro, I was like, they can get this shit out of here because I thought this shit was gonna be all about that white girl. And I was like, yo, if they done pull the bait and switch, and because all you kept seeing was greatest animated movie of all time, the best one yet. And I'm like, oh, okay. So now y'all gonna focus on a little white girl. Now it's the best one yet. So when Miles popped up on screen, I was like, man, thank fucking God. And I didn't like So I was with it, man. I especially halfway through when it started picking up, I was like, oh shit, we off and rolling, bro. So yeah, I had a good time.
What about you, Mike?
It was concerning at the beginning. It started off a little bit slow, but by the end, I was like, this was fucking incredible. Like, it was busy, but I like that about it. It was all over the place, but it's rare that I have that much fun in a movie theater. So yes, I thought it was great. I don't know if it's better than the first one, or I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't seem as busy the second time around for me. Like, I think the first time it was just like, oh, it was so much. It was so much. But then second time it's like, oh wow, it doesn't feel like that this time. Yeah, it didn't feel the same way, and I enjoyed that more.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll go and see it again. I don't know, but I enjoyed the busyness because I think they did it well. It wasn't like it was busy and it got confusing. It was busy in the sense of, oh, I thought that's what we're doing, but we're doing this. Oh shit! Oh wait, we're also doing this as well. God damn!
Right.
But
was too much
it
for
still
me in the
worked.
moment.
Oh,
In the
it wasn't
moment-
too much for me. It worked.
In the moment, it was too much for me.
Like
'cause
sensory overload.
like, okay, but what about Spot? We still got to figure out what's going on with Spot. And it's like, but wait, now we got a whole nother mile. It was like, wait a minute, what is going on? And then it's like to be continued. And I was like, good, because we had 2 hours and 15 minutes. How much more could they have
Yeah.
done in this film?
Yeah, I was getting concerned. I was getting concerned. Like, oh wait, how they gonna wrap this up? So when it was said that it was gonna be, to be continued, I was like, okay, cool.
Because I wasn't even thinking about that. I was so into the damn shit, I wasn't even thinking about how
I
they
knew
gonna
we were-
wrap it
I was
up.
thinking that because I was like, I know I've been in here for at least 2
Yes.
hours. This is not going to end.
Yes.
It's going to definitely be to be continued. That's how comic books are a lot of the times. You
Yeah.
have to go get the next one to see what happened.
Right.
So I like that aspect of it. Uh-oh. You fucking poser.
I don't think he wore the short shirt for nothing.
He breathing real hard.
I
though,
know,
Jalen.
but
What you thought, Jalen? Come on, Doc.
Oh no.
My ADHD high ass was feeling every bit of this, and I love this.
Oh,
damn
right.
movie.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Here we go. So he breathed in real
But he
hard,
cosplayed.
Man,
That means he was
yeah,
all
you're
into
right.
it. He came in, he was good.
Man, I was in there, bro. I don't know. Like, I felt everything in this movie. And, like, I know my 14-year-old self was just in there, like, excited.
Oh.
And I love this movie, man. I'm not willing to... I get why people are willing to jump out the window and say this is the best comic book movie and all that. I'm not going to jump out the window yet. I've seen it twice, too. I wish I could have seen it a third time, honestly. I just didn't have the time. But this was amazing. This, like, I really love this.
It was an amazing Spider-Man.
It was an amazing Spider-Man. There you go. There you go. It was an amazing, spectacular, you may say.
Horny ass.
I'm only mad because I didn't get that. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I am.
see?
Yeah.
Down. Jesus.
And I know y'all probably want to hear Nick's thoughts. We're gonna play Nick's thoughts at the end. So just stay tuned for that to hear what Nick thought. I actually saw it with him too.
Oh,
They went on a
little
date.
date.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was supposed to
a little
go.
meet cute.
Yeah.
He was supposed to go. Yeah, Kim was supposed to come with us.
He want to be a
wasn't-
third wheel.
Right.
No, it was.
You
Yeah,
got that.
I wasn't able to
Together,
go.
then
Yeah,
you,
it was.
you
it
in
was-
that other seat. It's like who's gonna sit in the opposite? Who's gonna sit in the extra seat?
I
'Cause
always
it's
sit
two
on
seats-
there. Yeah. Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
so cute.
Yeah, I was gonna go, but it was my anniversary, so I couldn't go.
It's
Yeah,
your
it was a no-go for him.
anniversary.
Even though I was
Happy
told I
belated,
could
by
go,
the
I was
way.
like, that's a
Nah,
lie.
that was a setup.
It was a
birthday?
whole
Happy
lie.
belated anniversary.
Ken and I went together. We didn't even realize it.
Nah, yeah, we all were there.
It was like a double
Oh,
date.
really?
like
Y'all were in the
it was
same
like a
theater?
double date.
Double date.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
The
we was
same
in
time and
same
everything?
time,
Yep.
everything. I didn't even know
Off the
he-
Moro one?
Yeah.
That's crazy because I went to the Moro one, so that'd have been funny as shit if
what
I
time
went.
did you
I
go?
didn't go till Saturday.
Oh,
though.
okay. Wait, what was it? It was
was
Sunday. It was Friday. For
Friday
us.
and
Yeah,
Friday.
I was supposed to go. Wait, I'm sorry, y'all.
Friday
What
morning.
time were y'all supposed to go Friday?
We went
or what
Friday
time did you go
morning.
Well, we
Friday?
went at
in the
11.
morning, like 11 a.m.
Oh,
We went at
okay,
11.
nah.
We
I had
normally
to
don't
go.
go that early, but we couldn't.
We had to get a seat,
Yeah,
honey.
yeah, we
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to do
yeah.
some. Other, yeah, we was on a tight schedule.
That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, and it's obviously we think it's all well. Most of us think it's a good movie, Not throwing shots, Nate, but you know, hey.
Yeah.
Shoot away.
This movie is doing exceptionally well right now. So they're talking about it. It has the 6th highest opening for an anime film,
That's
right?
good.
I mean, animated film ever. And it
That's
was only
what's up.
supposed to make like,
Wow.
it was projected to only make 80 million. And now it's projected to make over 120.
Wow, that's
So
awesome.
just word of mouth alone has propelled this film. And I mean, I see why. Was y'all theaters packed when y'all went as well?
Yeah.
yes,
yeah.
100% packed.
Were y'all expecting that though? Did y'all expect this movie to be as big
I went
as
to
it
we
is?
went to a black theater, so yeah.
That too. I mean, and then like Spider-Man movies are always packed. That's that super spreader. We think
That's how
that
we
came
got
from
COVID,
a
yeah.
Spider-Man movie. So
Yep.
yeah, Spider-Man movies are huge, man.
I had this argument with somebody, and I understand why they feel this way.
Okay.
But I want y'all opinion. Do y'all think Batman is bigger than Spider-Man? I get the
It's
comparison.
debatable. I don't know. It's debatable.
Based on y'all seen that Batman movie last year, you've been to 2 Spider-Man movies. Do you think who do you think would take the popularity case?
Spider-Man performs well movie-wise, but as far as household name, I think they're pretty even at this
Yeah.
point. You know,
Maybe before this whole Marvel era,
Definitely
you
Batman.
definitely would have said Batman. But no, I think with the Spider-Man movies that have come out because of the MCU and all of that, I definitely think that Spider-Man has it.
I think
Like
Spider-Man.
very, very like it's very close, and I think Spider-Man almost edges Batman out.
Gotcha. Well, now, y'all here to talk about the movie. So, Ken, I'm gonna start with you based off your hot take that we started out with Gwen Stacy.
Oh, yeah.
And her backstory, and she's just dealing with this. Let's start with the band. How do you think the opening was like?
Oh, I like
with the
she
band
playing
and
the hell out
everything,
of the drums.
her narrating. Did you like that?
Yeah, that was fine. I liked the drumming part of it, and then she get up and walked off and stuff like that. I thought that was okay. Her narrating the whole thing, it just went on for very long. That's why I got concerned. But yeah, I thought that was cool.
What about you, Nat?
No, I kind of it was cool seeing the whole angsty teen backstory and why and that whole because you didn't really get that from the first one. You didn't know anything about her other than her storyline. And honestly, again, I'm sorry guys, I'm just not a big comic fan, but I don't even think I realized she was Gwen Stacy, like with the Andrew Garfield movie Gwen Stacy.
Oh.
Like I don't think I got that connection in the first when I watched the first one. But getting that backstory and how her friend died and all that kind of stuff, I was into that.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah, I didn't have an issue with that. I know Mike said it started kind of slow for him, but I did like the slow build up with that, and I also like the soundtrack, the music that they chose
Metro
for
like the score and Metro killed it.
Yeah, the score for it was it definitely complemented the entire movie, but especially in that beginning part, like I really enjoyed that. And like I said, the animation as an animation graduate, like I definitely appreciated the animation in this, like to see like how far it's come from when I was in school doing animation. It's just like amazing to see it. Like, man, it makes me miss it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't currently do it, but nah, it just it hits a certain place for me, being that I did those years as an animation student. So yeah, it's cool to see how far it's come.
Hey, I agree with Season. The audio was low in the beginning.
Yeah, the audio mixing was bad.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, what in the world's going on?
Can I ask a question about the animation?
What's up?
So, help me out because from the last one, like we said, I remember saying that the last one, the animation made it feel very much like a comic book, and this one, it's like the backgrounds had all the watercolors and all the things. Is that a comic book element?
I'm glad you asked, Nick.
See, I was thinking that. Oh, go ahead.
So, the animators basically reached out to the creators of these different comic books and gave their universes the feel of their different comic books. So, like that right there is Gwen Stacy's comic book. So, if you could tell, they were trying to
Okay.
give their universes the
We
feel,
didn't
the
even
way they
rehearse
look.
that. Good job.
Just
And
asked the right question.
so they were trying to give them the feel of their different universes, and that's why you could go to someone else's universe and the animation just changed. But that was
Okay.
basically the idea what they were trying to do there.
So I almost feel like that's part of why I felt it was busy. It felt Like the way the backgrounds and the way, because I knew from the first one, like when we had like Spider-Ham and the Noir Spider-Man, like the animation was very different for those characters than the rest of the movie, but the movie still felt the same. I think that all the various different styles almost made it feel busy to me.
Oh, it did. It absolutely did.
So
But
I almost feel like that's part of the reason why I was out of it. Like it just didn't. I was like, what's going on?
it was a lot to take in. Like that was one of my things initially. But I still liked it though. I was like, oh man, it's cool that they are doing this. Like the watercolor, and then you go back to like the I don't know the technique for Miles Morales world, but that was dope. Like, I don't know, man. It was really, really creative. That's what I kept thinking. I was like, damn, this is a lot, but it's creative as fuck. You know, so yeah.
What were your thoughts on the animation, Mike?
Well, first off, I liked Gwen, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the animation was dope. I liked it. I did like how they bounced around so much. It did get a little distracting towards the middle of it, but it wasn't like a bad distracting, but it was just like, once they brought in, I know everybody's talking about Spider-Punk, I was like, I can't really get a feel on him because the animation was so
Like
I don't
sketchy
know.
and staticky.
It was hard for me to really, I don't know.
I'm gonna jump ahead a little bit because I did want to ask you, as a punk rock kid, like, even with it being sketchy, did that not embody the punk rock movement in your
Yeah,
aspect?
I got what they were going for. I never read Spider-Punk, so I don't know anything about that character. I didn't even know he was black until this movie. But yeah, I got what they were going for. It was just him next to everybody else. It was like, I can't really make out some of the things he was doing. It could just be that ghetto ass theater we were at too. But no, I liked all the different animation styles thrown in together, but Spider-Punk was definitely probably my favorite. Everything he said, I was cracking up.
I think you should watch it a second time. I think it'll feel different.
It does.
Because it really does, man. Because like it really, you don't know that it's gonna happen, right? Like when you watch it the first time,
Yeah.
but the second time you're expecting it at that point, and it feels different.
You could.
Yeah.
I could focus on the story more. The
Yeah,
second
it
time
feels
versus,
different.
Yeah, I just think like visually, it was so much going on that, like I said, it almost like gave me anxiety. So I think being able to settle into it and watch it a second time, I was able to focus on what the story was doing more so. So it was a more enjoyable watch the second time. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
and
surprised they didn't have that disclaimer in the beginning with all.
Oh yeah, I would think this film. I saw it still
yeah.
standing for The Little Mermaid when I walked in, but it didn't have it for this one, which was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Real quick, Guadalupe said that she was saying Spider-Punk was played by Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah.
Out of everybody in this entire movie, that's the only one I picked out. I was like, oh, that's fucking homeboy from Get Out.
Oh, you did pick it up? I didn't pick it up
That's the
until I
one I
saw
did
it.
not.
Yeah.
I was like, I know that voice, and the fact that Spider-Punk only said like 6 words in the entire movie, I was like, that's Daniel
He
Kaluuya.
And I
fits
didn't-
so well, though. He fits
Yeah.
so well.
And I didn't realize that Paperboy was his father. I knew I recognized the voice, but I didn't know it was him.
I think we brought that up last review.
Was it?
I wasn't
didn't.
here
No, I
until-
know.
yeah.
But I'm saying I didn't know it was him either.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I never even realized it. And I don't know why I never went to go just see who it was, but I guess I
I didn't think to.
Yeah,
But yeah.
for some reason.
So I appreciate the Gwen Stacy part, and I like how they stayed tight to the source material too, with her father, her being part of the Mary Janes, and the band she was a part of. All of that I felt good, and even the animation too. It was very, very tight. How did y'all feel about this relationship in the beginning with her dad? That he was looking for, like, this is a staple for Captain Stacy, looking for this killer, looking for Spider-Man as this killer, but not realizing it was her daughter, his daughter. How did anybody feel about that? Like, did it tug at your heartstrings a little bit? Did you feel anything? Feel bad for her?
I did. I felt bad for her because I mean she just got done accidentally or inadvertently killing her best friend, and then she can't even go back to her father to get comfort. Instead, he's like, "No, I'm going to arrest you." Yeah, I felt it. I felt it a lot. I mean, I don't know if that's from the books because I didn't read Spider-Gwen, but I thought it was well done.
I mean, even before then, could y'all feel the weight of her feeling bad that she couldn't tell her dad before they even got to that part?
And that being why she's so like angsty and isolated in things, and then why she gravitated so towards Miles and like was so like kind of needed that friendship because of everything she lost. Sure.
Did anybody catch the protect trans kids in her poster in her room?
I caught a lot of other ones like the BLM and the Obama sticker.
See, she's an ally.
At first I thought
Alright.
it said.
Came out saying her name was Gwanda. You know, put a little Rachel Dollars out on her.
You know, South Africa. She told Miles she was from South Africa.
Uh-oh.
In
Yeah,
the
tried
first
to get
one,
slick again.
that's where Gwanda came from.
Oh fuck.
They
But,
trying to be slick.
Oh no.
We transitioned to her having to fight.
Now I see why Umar was mad.
to fight Vulture at a museum. And she's fighting Vulture. He's from a different dimension. And we get the introduction to Spider-Man 2099. When he first came on the scene, what did y'all think of Miguel?
Well, before you get to Miguel, I thought the Vulture parchment
cool.
paper shit was cool as hell, bro. Like, golly, I was like, they really taking it there. Like, they really pushing the level on this, man. Like, for real. Like, nah, that shit was dope. The Vulture parchment paper villain thing, man. That shit was so cool. I was like, damn, this is fucking cool.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. She was like, "Oh, you shooting
fire."
fire?" And-
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's not smart or some shit like that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Another Spider-Man staple. I mean, like, you gotta joke while you fighting. Did y'all like her in her action scenes alone?
Yeah.
Being Spider-Woman?
She
Like,
was dope. Yeah, nah, she was dope. Calm, collective, like seemed like she knew what she needed to do. Like, nah, she was dope.
Even though she was about to die.
Huh?
She was about to die until old Spider Sis saved her.
Well,
Was she
Miguel
about
came
to die?
first.
Remember
Miguel
she
Yeah.
was somebody saved her.
Yeah,
Remember
she was against the
she was
wall.
held up against the thing and he was about to
Oh,
and she
yeah,
just said
yeah,
something
yeah,
like,
yeah.
well damn.
I liked her sense of humor coming through in this scene too. Like with like that being a trend with Spider-Man, like being like kind of having this like teenage kind of corny sense of humor, and in how that kind of came through in her own angsty kind of way, I thought was kind of cool.
So back to Miguel. Y'all thoughts when Miguel showed up on the scene?
Yeah, we
That's all good.
disregarded
It's
your
all
question.
good.
He's a dick.
I'm trying to keep it going, but at the same, there's a lot here.
It was like
but I'm
he-
trying to make sure we keep it.
Immediately looked like evil Spider-Man.
Okay.
It's his costume.
That's it.
I liked him, but I think at this point it was so much Gwanda that I was concerned and I was starting to get upset because I was waiting for Miles to show up, and even the action. I don't know, it didn't flow well. I didn't like her animation at all.
Gwen's?
Hell no.
Wait, you didn't like what?
I didn't like the animation for
Gwen
Gwen at
Stacy?
all. Yeah, it was way too pasty.
Well, she's pasty.
Well, yeah, but yeah, that was like, and then the fighting scenes coupled with the animation, it was like, nah, this ain't working. This shit, I need to get out of here. But I did like Miguel when he popped up. Miguel, it was cool. That's not his name.
It's Miguel.
That's what I said.
That is not what you said. I don't know nobody named Miguel. That's the black version. That's the College Park version of Spider-Man 2099. His name is Miguel.
Miguel. Come here,
That motherfucker.
Miguel.
Oh, here come Miguel. Spider nigga. What the fuck? Oh, God. Miguel. What the hell?
Yeah, I mean he was the first one, bro. Yeah. He was the
fool said,
first
"Where's
Spidey.
FIFO?"
He was first. I think he was the first Spidey of color.
Oh, was he? Oh, yeah, he was before Miles. Huh?
Yeah, he was the first.
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah. I remember. I was
shit.
like, man, this some bullshit.
No wonder he's mad.
Yeah,
You're not supposed to be here.
Oh, shit. This adds so many layers. No wonder he's so pissed off. I'd be mad
he
too.
hot, bro. He is hot.
What do you call that? Because you can't call it gentrifying. What do you call it? Niggifying? Yeah, that's fucked
no.
up. How y'all do that to Spider-Man?
Like, I was affirmative action.
right before you. What the fuck? Oh no.
Yeah, he's similar in the comics. Like, he's very brooding, like straight to the point, basically Batman style.
Yeah,
like,
I used to read.
let's
used
get
to
the
read
job
it.
done.
Yeah, I'm wondering if my number one is gonna be worth some money now.
I think I got that book too.
It is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it
Am
up.
I-
Mine's carded, backed, all that shit. I'm gonna go look it up.
I was telling the kid, I was like, I got that one.
I know my number one Miles when he showed up. That one just skyrocketed.
skyrocketed,
Yup.
yeah.
I'm happy, boy. But it ain't going nowhere. I'm just happy it cost that much.
It's in a bag and it's got a card in the back so it keeps it straight.
bag and board.
Vintage.
Okay.
Hey, get it right. Yeah.
Anyway, and then Issa popped her ass up,
Who?
threatening Issa.
Oh, that was.
Spider-Woman.
I thought it was Meg Thee Stallion. No, because somebody said that. Somebody said that. I didn't look it up.
Who
Somebody
said it?
I think I saw it on Twitter. I'm not. Why y'all doing that to me?
What the hell,
You thought Issa's voice was Meg's voice?
I was so confused. I was like, that doesn't even sound like Meg.
You thought they put some special type
Is that
auto-tune
because
on her?
I know we had the conversation about Issa being a thick? Like, where did
No.
this come from? And so when I saw it, that's immediately what I thought about. Like, oh, she ain't thick. She just pregnant.
No, that's worse than what I thought. No, I think I saw it on Twitter that someone said that Meg Thee Stallion was playing a Spider Woman. But now that I'm saying it out loud, I think they're probably
There were a
joking.
lot of thick
'Cause there
Spider
were some
Women in
thick
here, bro.
Spider Women, so they're probably
So she
making
could have
a
been
joke.
one of them.
Yeah, they probably because remember we were looking for the Spider Woman and then you had the Spider Woman with
But
the
she was in the
ass.
movie. I saw her. She was running.
She was
wasn't running fast. She was running. So okay, I think it was a joke that I just didn't get. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, y'all. I didn't realize that was Issa Rae.
But did you like the introduction of Spider Woman, like how she came in?
I did, but I was just like, why y'all made her pregnant?
She,
I don't know.
so apparently I found she is pregnant in the comics,
comics.
but her and
Still
Spider
weird.
Fetus, I don't know, bro. It's
Bruh,
just like
stop.
weird.
Is that real?
Uh-huh.
There's really a spider fetus?
I don't think.
She shoot webs like this?
No,
It's
no.
not. It's not real.
No, Jesus, we're live. What the fuck are we doing? Guys, you're on goddamn camera.
Bro, I'm usually hiding back there.
That's how she be swinging though.
Her spidey senses are impressed. my spidey senses are
Hey, so
Going, Jay.
Little baby hand come out.
What do you think?
I really liked Issa when she came through pregnant on that motorcycle. I was like, yeah, that's a
Yo.
bad pregnant bitch. I'm not mad at it. She felt very black. I liked it.
Yeah, I
That's
thought.
what's fucked up. They pregnant ass black woman, they put her to work.
I know, bro.
Making her fight. I don't know how I feel about that shit.
Yeah, I was. My first thought was inclusivity. I guess like just woman being pregnant in the
Yeah, we
workplace.
still,
still can
we
do
still
her
gotta
job.
do her damn thing.
You know, stuff like that.
Bitch,
Because you
yeah.
watch that. Nate watches that show, Working Moms or whatever.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Isn't it hilarious?
so
I
yeah,
love this season.
Just representation. You know what I'm saying of that is what I thought when I saw it.
Got you. So we move on. The action scene to me looked magnificent, and she uses her talent of playing the drums to be able to move through the propellers and stop the plane with the help of Spider-Woman and Spider-Man 2099. And through exhaustion, she falls, and her dad comes around the corner and tells her to put her hands up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Talk to me a little bit more about that, Rod.
Nah, yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, damn, he really about to arrest his own child. Like, yeah, that's wild. That's wild. It really wasn't much more to it, but it was like, damn, that's fucked up, bro. Like cops ain't shit. It's like you go arrest your old child.
So Mike, what did you think once she revealed her? Did you really think she was going to reveal herself, or did you think as a spider person she was just going to find her way out of it?
No, I thought she was gonna tell her dad. I think from what I remember reading, every Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, Spider-Person has a person that knows who they are. So I knew she was gonna go ahead and just tell him.
Yeah.
Because we haven't really saw much of her backstory, but she hasn't shown that anyone else knows. She doesn't have like a sidekick. Well, Peter knew, but she didn't know Peter knew. So yeah, it made sense that she was gonna tell her dad.
Did you think he was gonna say you had to write remain silent and put your hands
Yes,
up? Damn,
because they
I
kind
did
of
not expect
established that
Yeah.
this took place before the end of the last movie, right? So I figured that's why she was so like angry.
See, I had-
figured there was something.
And I meant to go back and watch the last movie. I hadn't seen it since it came out, so I didn't have that reference. I was trying to ask Nate, but she kind of gave me a brief overview. And, but yeah, I was trying to. I did want to go back and watch it to see if I could tie some
I feel
things.
so stupid.
Oh Lord, whatever.
This
I like-
didn't happen before the last movie.
Did it? Okay, so because
It did not.
How- but no, I
that's
thought it did. So-
it did.
so
that's why
that's
she
what's-
came through the ceiling.
that's what's throwing me off. So because in the first one we knew that she had lost her friend,
Right.
right? And like, why if she's not from this dimension, then why was she there with Miles at school anyway? So she's always been a part of this faction, and that's how she was traveling through dimensions.
I'm
From the
being-
first one?
I'm being thrown off because remember she opened up her drum kit and the picture of Miles was there that she
Right.
took with Miles, so it couldn't have happened beforehand.
Oh, but I thought they had
So-
said that Peter Parker died in the last
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, but she was just giving the backstory. Then she was playing the drums, giving
Oh,
the backstory.
okay,
when she talked
okay.
about
So I'm not
Right,
stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not
right. So the
stupid.
drumming
All
part
right.
happened before or after the last movie.
Yes.
But Peter Parker dying happened
Was before, yes.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Now I'm tracking.
Yeah, I thought you were saying like this whole fight when she was with Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Woman that happened before the last movie. No, this happened after the last movie.
Got you.
I'm
We're on
confused
track,
now, but I
guys.
trust you.
Okay. All right. So Dad pulls the gun and she's pretty much distraught because he wants to arrest her and has no other options. So Miguel begrudgingly.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So I'm
Go ahead,
so
good sir.
sorry. I want to clear my confusion up really, really quick.
Okay.
So the part where she goes to her dad and she's telling her dad who she is or whatever, that happened after the first one or before?
After.
That happened after.
Okay, so
So how soon after Peter Parker dying did the dad come in the room and be like, in that whole scene? Was that supposed to be like a year later?
I'm assuming that it happened once she came back.
Ah,
Once
okay, I
she
missed
came
that
back,
part.
yeah,
Gotcha.
once she
okay.
came back.
Okay, got it.
So she Miguel begrudgingly allows her to come with him.
Why he didn't want her?
I mean, we find out why.
Yeah, it's-
later on.
oh,
So you
okay.
want to know why? You want
I can't
Well, she got jungle fever. He knew she was gonna go back and
So they didn't want her to join because they were afraid she was on a
she was gonna go tell
bring
Miles what happened. And
Okay.
Miles wasn't mature enough to
handle handle it.
Why everybody? You know what?
Damn, see?
I fuck with Rio.
What?
The movie?
The
Oh, the
mama.
mom.
The mom.
Oh.
Why everybody questioning that black boy? Why they doing that?
I mean, look how he act.
How does he
Okay,
act?
so we're
He
going to
acted
go.
very immature.
He act 15. He acts
Right.
15.
But the rest of them don't. Gwen doesn't really act 15. She was willing to accept all this shit. Miles like, you're not about to kill my daddy.
I ain't mad at that.
I'm not either, but we'll get there.
We will.
So we jump back to Earth 1610 where Miles is learning to be a Spider-Man. You know, he goes.
He done
goes-
learned.
Yeah, he got the game on lock.
He done
Yeah,
learned. how
he
to be a
basically
Spider-Man.
done did 16 months as Spider-Man. I like the part where he talked about the baby powder where he messed up, made the apology, and then he had to make another apology. It was a nice little thing to remind us that Peter told him to put baby powder in his Spider-Man suit.
What's
but-
wrong with baby powder? What's wrong with the baby powder? Because why?
I think that was the thing that came out that it was bad for you or something.
I mean,
like that.
yeah, it caused uterine cancer, but I mean,
Yeah,
is that
and-
why
but
he apologized?
He was promoting it.
Oh,
That was basically what he's saying.
oh,
Like,
this
so
is
he made a
just a play
mistake.
on cancel culture. Got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And we end up with the Spot. What are y'all thoughts when y'all first thought the Spot showed up?
Whack.
Got you. Okay, understood. All right, talk to me a little about that look, Mike.
No, I liked how they did Spot. I liked the books. He wasn't as goofy, of course, but nah, I think they did Spot pretty well. He was pretty funny. He was annoyingly funny, but I liked him.
He became better as he became more dangerous.
I was entertained by Spot a lot.
Right?
You know, I thought he was a good character, a good villain that they expounded on. Like when he first came on the scene, I thought it was just going to be like a
blip.
Yeah, like what did they say? How did they say?
Villain of the week.
Villain
He's
of the
just
week.
Yeah.
I thought he was actually going to be just a villain of the week. So to see them expound on that, I was just like, oh wow, this is getting really interesting with him. So yeah.
How you feeling, man?
No, I felt like pretty much like I think Miles did. So you don't take him seriously in the beginning, and then as you slowly start to understand his backstory, that's what I'm saying. Like by the end of the movie, I was like, but no, where is Spot? Because I'm like, I feel like he finna be the nigga. You gotta like, there's gonna be a problem. So I wanted more of him, honestly.
The Spot was whack to me too. Yeah. Wow. Like he was whack to me too. So I mean, they utilized him well. Even when I saw him in the trailer, I was just like,
Do you remember him from the books?
a little bit, because I went back and read The Amazing Spider-Man, but it's so many damn issues. So he was never really that big to me.
Well, no, he was like in the old school version. From
That's
like
what I'm
this-
saying. Like I ran through them, so that's why
How you run through all them? God damn, bro.
Marvel Unlimited. It's an app. Sorry, yeah.
I do
Yeah,
sex.
nerd.
It's a little bit better than
Yeah, no,
Yeah, you win.
they had a sale for the holiday season. It was discounted heavy.
Yeah.
I was like, I hate I didn't get it.
Yeah. But I'm gonna ask some of these questions that Nick proposed, even though just to stir the pot.
Well, does it say anything about that bagel?
Yeah, go ahead talk about the bagel.
No, I was just asking. I don't know. It's nothing about the bagel. I just didn't know that was him. I thought
Well,
that
someone
was
keeps
interesting.
fucking yelling about it, so you may as well go
Yeah.
ahead and say
No,
something.
it's nothing. I really don't have a connection with the bagel. I thought it was cool that he was actually one of the guys from the first one. I was like, oh, I just watched it. I wish I could have remembered that guy. But it sounded like he was just at the time he was an afterthought. But
Yeah.
that's kind of a comic thing. Some
Yeah.
little
And we mentioned it when we reviewed it. They threw the bagel at him, and all it said was bagel.
Yep.
It didn't say. It was like the only one that didn't say like bop or boom. It just said bagel.
Okay.
And
That's
so,
it.
even with that bagel, the bagel shows up repeatedly in the film, like in different aspects. So,
Oh, I
like,
didn't know that.
bagels all over his film, but it's also a tie to the other multiverse film that y'all watch, Everything Everywhere All at Once. They
Oh,
were
because
throwing
the
nods there.
thing was a-
remember the bagel
yeah.
was a big thing there too. So it's supposed to be
Yeah.
like a multiversal thing.
Interesting.
Kinda
A
tie it all
bagel
together.
is a multiversal.
Remember the bagel was in
Eating-
Everything Everywhere.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't understand what the fuck that would have to do with this.
Nothing. They're just making a connection.
Yeah.
That's all.
They even had a multiversal poster that had a bagel on it, and it didn't say everything all at once. It's just like all, everything, something at the same time.
Like a everything bagel.
Yeah, basically. But it was a play on the movie. It was a play on the movie.
Yeah,
So
you got it. You got it.
Just broke the code.
Wrote the code.
there you go.
Bagels are very important.
Don't read these people. Don't.
Okay.
So one thing that Nick asks is, who was more the villain in this film? Miles Morales or the Spot?
What?
Who do you feel like was more the villain?
Do you mean
That's-
evil
that
Miles?
sounds like a Nicholas question.
I think with Miles' reaction at the end of what he did and how it could potentially collapse the multiverse, does that make him more of a bad person? I guess.
No.
So I just wanted to ask the question. We ain't got to dive into it. Just something
Jalen
stir
trying to
the pot.
establish that he's a better host than Nick. So he's like, that is the way he started off. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna ask these dumbass
No,
questions
but
that
He
Nick
did.
gave me."
He
No,
did make
it's-
sure that
yeah.
everybody knew that
That wasn't
wasn't
his
him.
question.
That's not.
It was very clear.
I'm gonna be honest. Hey, shout out to Nick, bro, because this is harder than it looks.
It
So,
is.
because I know I'm forgetting Easter eggs and a whole bunch of other things by trying to make sure that y'all
fine,
get to the
man.
thing.
No, you're doing well.
So
It's fine.
you're doing fine. So I do think that I don't think that Miles is more of the villain because he doesn't have ill intentions, but I do think that Miles's desire to save his father is potentially more dangerous for the multiverse. And he don't care because he want to save his daddy. Does that make him a villain? No. But fuck your multiverse.
Damn.
I ain't mad at it.
Damn.
I'm gonna get my daddy too.
He don't want to be a statistic. Another black boy with no daddy.
Oh yikes!
Right.
And Spot isn't really like a villain like that either. Like he's
Spot's kinda black.
He's kind of
No, he don't he want to be a villain?
no, he just want to defeat Spider-Man because he fucked up his life.
That's
Like,
a villain.
Right?
is it though?
Yeah, that's the motivation for a lot of villains. I just want revenge.
I don't know. I don't know if that makes you
If it was-
a villain. If you just if somebody
You
if
a
you feel like
villain in a
somebody fucked up
Spider-Man
your.
story?
Hey, yeah, he didn't do anything good. He was stealing money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
But
villain.
he when he came in, he's like, look, I don't do like even that he didn't want to do it. He just did it to survive, type of thing.
Nah,
like when
it
he went
didn't
into the
sound
store,
like
he's
that.
like, look, I don't want to. I just need to take this money real quick. Y'all didn't get that feeling?
No, he's a villain. He
He's
stole
not
he
that
stole
type of
money and wanted to
villain.
kill
He's not-
Spider-Man.
I don't think he's diabolical like that.
He's still a villain.
He's just
You
not
get
good
what I'm
at it
saying?
yet. He's not good at it yet.
oh y'all think y'all missed that?
No, I don't think we missed anything.
I think it's
He's mad because he turned into this spot. His family disowned him. He can't get a job. So to your point, yeah, he is stealing money because he can't work. But he's
still, he's
also
a
doing
criminal.
all of this because and he's mad about it, and so he wants to kill Spider-Man. That's a villain. In a Spider-Man story, you trying to
Right.
kill Spider-Man,
Then
that
you're a
equals
villain.
villain.
okay.
And he was doing evil shit to get to Spider-Man.
I
He's
guess
a
I think
villain.
a villain as someone that want to like take over the world.
No,
and
you
do
could be
all
a
that
villain
type
and
of
just
shit.
want to fuck up shit.
That just sounds like a
Yeah.
nemesis to me, like an arch nemesis.
Oh, yeah, you're being pedantic now.
I mean, but I'm just saying.
A villain and an arch nemesis are the same fucking thing, man.
I don't know,
In a
man.
Spider-Man movie, they're the same thing. Maybe in the real world, it'd be different.
You know what?
He
You
didn't
know what it's
start off
similar
that way.
You know what it's similar like? It's like well, I don't want. It don't make no sense. I was gonna say Negan in them. Like they have his reasons as to why he feel like what.
and
he's
he was a
doing.
villain for a whole season or a
Yeah.
season and a
But
half.
that's why I like them though, because I feel like he's
Same.
complex.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
he's a complex villain.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like.
Thanos,
Spot
too.
has to.
Thanos had you could
Yeah.
see what he was doing, but it was still
Yeah.
it wasn't for the better good of everybody else.
Right.
Yeah, because he was just like fuck all of y'all. I don't care about y'all. I just want him. You know, so I don't know.
So we then transition to the. I just want to touch on this briefly about them being at that PTA meeting as parents. How did y'all? Did that seem realistic to something that y'all would probably be dealing with as well?
Wait, say that again.
So the PT, well, it wasn't a PTA meeting, but the meeting
Yeah,
that
the
they were having with the
college
counselor. Does that sound like something similar? Did it feel authentic to be in that room, Miles and his parents, while they were talking about his future?
Yeah, for the most part. I was just thinking how, well, you know, my kid's not a superhero, so I guess he better be there, and he would be there. But that was all I was thinking about. But yeah, it sounds, you know.
I really
pretty on
liked
point.
his parents in this movie. They felt very much like parents.
Did they change his name in this one?
Whose?
The dad.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they kept calling him Officer Morales. That's something that I picked up. They were saying Officer Morales.
What were they saying before?
He was Davis,
Jefferson
remember?
Davidson.
And on the
Davidson.
RIP, it was.
Shut up,
Jefferson.
really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Officer Morales. That's something I picked up too.
I didn't catch that. That's weird.
Wait. So his name was not Morales in the.
Remember we talked about that his name
We
wasn't
damn
Morales.
sure did.
But I didn't notice that they changed it in this.
I don't know if
didn't
they
notice
changed it. What I'm thinking is the same. Like I told y'all, his dad was running with it, his brother, and so I'm pretty sure they call him Officer Morales because he doesn't want people to know his name is Jefferson Davis. That's my assumption because I could not really get that together. Now, if y'all in the chat understand that,
that's
cool. But
interesting.
I didn't know they was calling him Officer Morales, and I was just like, but he's Jefferson Davis. So I was kind of confused about that a little bit.
I did not catch that.
Don't
That's
want him to be
crazy.
black.
So what's
no
the
more.
fix then?
He didn't want to be a black cop.
You know, they don't want him to be black no
Yeah,
more.
he wanna-
They
he
gonna
ain't
say
wanna
I'm
be black
Spanish.
police.
I don't
They
get it.
just give them all to the Puerto Rican.
It's like I don't know.
So I'm confused. Like I'm on like what? Is
It ain't
not
nothing.
black? Like, I don't understand.
It's nothing to really be confused about. What the thing is, like they asked why Miles Morales' last name isn't Davis because his
Right.
dad's last name is Davis.
Right.
But because in the comics, I didn't look it up, but I'm pretty sure I remember reading he didn't want to be Davis, give his son his last name because he was still running the street. He was running the streets with his brother at one point, and he didn't want everybody in the street to know that's my son at the moment. And then he became a cop.
That's interesting.
That's
That's
wild.
that's kind of like my story. Like my dad's last name is Wright. That's my grandfather's last name.
See?
So yeah,
I thought they were being slick.
Well, Slade Wilson said Jefferson Davis is the Confederate president, so they changed it. I don't know if that's true
You
or
change
not.
it to another last name.
They,
Okay. So we then transition to.
he said if he changed his name, it'd be Miles Davis.
He down sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
That would be funny. So then we transition to. I'm thinking these notes are out of order, y'all. So bear with me.
And just go through what you feel like is important.
All right, bet. So we deal with Miles leaving. He goes to get the cake. Did y'all catch the Easter egg of when he first came back into the room in the bedroom? Wait, the boy in the chair was sitting like when he said, "I'm not your man" in the chair.
Oh,
yeah,
the
he
man
was
in
talking
the
about
chair,
the
yeah.
other
Yeah.
guy. I forget his
Yeah.
name. Ned.
Ned.
Yeah.
That
I
was
thought that was funny.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure his name's gonna be Genki because that's his name in the comics. And he was playing Spider-Man on the game on the
Yeah,
PlayStation 5.
Yeah, Kendall pointed that out to me. I didn't notice it.
Oh,
It was on
That was
PlayStation 5.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things in here that are like Easter eggs for, and even they had a Juneteenth post on the wall. So it's like different. I love the inclusion in this film, like the little small stuff, the BLM sticker, all those stuff. Like it sticks out because you got a new generation who are really going to be growing up with this. So I appreciate those little things that they added. Miles is trying to get this cake and get home, but he can't get home right away.
Because he got to be the neighborhood Spider-Man.
He has to be the neighborhood Spider-Man. Did this add to the story of Spider-Man to y'all at all? Like his experience of being Spider-Man?
His experience or the fallout with the parents? Because I feel like the fallout with the parents was it almost like going back to what Gwen went through with her dad. It felt like that was kind of sitting underneath that whole thing, and the burden of being Spider-Man and not being able to tell this to your parents was weighing on him, and it was causing friction in aspects of his life that were important to them, but they couldn't understand why he's not around. So it felt like he needed to get that off his chest, but he couldn't. And then because they didn't understand him, he did the typical teenage thing. It just kind of was like, all right, well, fuck it.
agreed.
And I like the quick montage leading up to that point of him showing like how he's the neighborhood Spider-Man. I think it added. Yeah.
So in between this, Spot realizes that he can travel through dimensions, and he goes to these different dimensions. One dimension, did y'all recognize the one that he went to with the Asian lady? At the
Yeah.
register?
From Venom.
From Whack Ass
Yes.
Venom.
Yeah.
They should have played the song.
Go ahead, give me a little bit. Of
It should have been playing in the damn.
It
Yeah.
definitely should have been playing in the.
I'm so glad that it wasn't.
yeah, yeah. and he
But I
picked-
did like that though.
Somebody made a good point. Super chats until when? 'Cause it's already 4:00.
Super chat. I mean,
Super chats are closed.
Gotta give him a
Give
little.
They're
them
gonna-
10 to 15 more minutes, y'all.
We're
15.
gonna be here all night.
No, it's not like that.
We don't have a
Super
multiverse to
chats.
jump through holes and install this type of shit. It's a lot.
Oh, it's getting like that.
Yeah.
so
Super
we
chats
give
are
y'all
closed.
10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. So 4:15. If you got a super chat, get it in now.
I'm trying to be the villain, Sonny. They won't let me.
So yeah, he bounced around, even went to a Lego universe.
I love
Yeah,
that.
me
I've
too.
never even
I was about to
seen
say.
those.
I was about
I've
to
never even
say.
seen those, but that was so.
Oh, you never
fucking
seen
cool.
them? Oh, that's what. Oh man,
You have never seen the league, like with the Lego
But
movies.
they're
are
good.
funny.
They're
seen any
creative
of
as
them.
hell.
They
bro.
are.
Yeah.
They
They're
really
creative
are.
as hell.
They're good
Like
as
that.
fuck.
Boop boop.
Yeah.
Like that. Like they do that. Like it's fucking.
I've even played
creative.
the games. The games are fun. They have an Avengers Lego game. Yeah, it's
They
fun.
get really creative
You
with
get
those
caught up
Lego
in it, bro.
joints.
I might check
And they
them
keep
out.
it Lego. Like you think like how are they gonna do this? And they find a way
It's
to
dope.
do it. Like oh yeah, that makes sense in Legoland. Like
And it's
yeah,
funny.
nah.
They
It's
are
funny.
very
Yeah, and it's
it's
funny. And it's funny. Yeah, it's written really well.
I believe y'all.
Yeah.
And so even Jay Jameson is played by J.K. Simmons in that universe as well. You hear him in the background. And we transition to him realizing that, and the Lego Spider-Man telling Miguel, we got a problem, bro. We got a big problem. So after that's realized,
So help me out. Who
Go ahead.
is Miguel Spider-Man, the captain of all Spider-Mans?
in this story he is. Yeah, in this story he is. But he's always been a dick. Like
Yeah.
in
He's Spider-Man, Batman, kind
Yeah.
of like a mix. He's just always like a
Evil
sad,
Spider-Man.
brutal. He's
Yeah.
not really evil though. He's just a bit more brutal
Yeah.
than regular Spider-Man.
And he's
Gotcha.
like genetically tied to Spider. Like he has talons. Like comes out. Like that's why he's gonna bite Vulture. Like so he can basically
Evil Spider-Man.
dismantle him, not kill him, but
I like him.
he's dope for who he is. But
He's played by Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. That's
I meant to look it up. Thank you,
Yeah.
because I was like, you are racist as fuck. Because I was like, man, I fucking feel like that's Oscar Isaacs, but I wasn't positive.
Yeah.
well, you're not as racist as you think.
Just
Mike.
a little racist, just not, you know, it's not full blown.
And so Miles is having this discussion with his pops and his dad and his mom. What did y'all think of how this whole thing transpired? Was this I want to say black, but it was actually a combination of people of color. Did this feel authentic to y'all in this moment?
Whatever.
Oh yeah.
And the pause. That's what got me. The pause
was
before she
hilarious.
said whatever. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yes.
the funniest part was the
Yes.
dad knew, because it
Yes.
shows the dad, and he was like,
Oh shit.
oh, why did you say that?
Right.
That
It was
one
the
word.
pause for me, man. Like I was
was
like, oh, that was really good.
I really felt Rio. I felt her so much. Like when she called, she said, "Hi, Rio." She's like, "Oh, you called me by my first name." Oh, okay.
Yo, that is a thing though
Yes,
that these
don't
kids
call
are
me by my
doing.
first name.
It's an adjustment.
Yeah, no, it's not an adjustment. Don't do that shit.
don't do
I'm Mrs. Right.
Oh,
It don't bother me.
it doesn't
none.
bother me.
It don't bother me either.
I mean,
I think if anything, I've been called Mr. Ken for so long, so
Just put something in
Oh,
front
okay.
of it. Miss Naomi.
That sound like a slave ass, old ass black dude.
Ken.
Here come Mr. Ken, hey boy! Got my goddamn pops. Mr. Ken. They haven't called you Mr. Ken since you were 22. What the fuck?
But my favorite part was the DJ. The DJ was like, "Oh shit, nah, I'm gonna turn this
Yeah.
up."
Yeah, that
yeah,
shit
we
was
gonna
funny.
turn this up. But it just felt so like black. But like it's just it felt I could feel that. That's one thing I did love. It didn't feel like y'all were forcing the blackness in this. It just felt authentic.
It felt pretty good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he goes back to
yeah,
his,
bro.
Huh?
To all of them.
What happened?
Nothing. We good.
See, Mr. Ken. I told you. That's some shit Mr. Ken
There's only one
do.
racist on this show, Mike, and that's me.
okay.
Did your parents say you grounded? Did
I'm just
y'all got
fucking
that?
around.
You're grounded?
Yeah.
I never got that.
I never got.
You were too good of a
You're
kid,
on
probably.
punishment.
You're on punishment.
Yeah,
That's what
on
I got. You're on
punishment.
punishment.
Yeah, it was punishment.
Yeah,
grounded,
you're on
but
punishment.
You never got grounded? This time you never got
I could believe that. Look at him. Who would ground him?
No, I got whoopings, but not like, oh man, you can't do shit. Nah.
Oh,
Nah, I got my
wow.
game
I got
take,
grounded.
my
Yeah,
game
I got my
took.
skateboard taken away.
I
I ain't have shit that
Yeah.
you could take away.
Couldn't go to basket.
Wait, what did he say?
I ain't had that shit anyway.
Oh, well, yeah, they didn't have nothing to take.
What you gonna take, mama? What you gonna take? I ain't got no bike.
But your life.
But even,
All right, keep talking.
but
That's
even
why you
that,
got whooped.
even outside of that,
Right.
I
I
got
just got
told I
whooped.
couldn't play in the game. Like I couldn't ball in a certain game. It was like, no, you're not playing basketball this week, or you're not like so.
Interesting.
Stuff just was
Yeah.
like, nah, you're not doing it. It was just
Yeah.
that- and I still got my ass beat too. So it was both.
See, a whooping wasn't gonna do shit, but you not let me go skate. Yeah, that's gonna hurt me. So I got grounded.
I didn't like whooping, so yeah, that was enough for me. That
I
was
just got
enough for me.
sneakier.
You just got sneaky.
That's why I'm afraid to have kids. 'Cause if I got sneaky, I know them suckers gonna be sneaky.
Super chats are closed.
Thanks,
The super
guys.
chats are closed. And so he goes back to his room like a teenager would do, and Gwen comes into his room to invite Miles to come out and play. If I was Miles, I would have done the same thing. I ain't mad at him, not one bit.
You doing the same thing? Be all lame?
And say what? Say, I would have been honest first. I'm like, yo, man, I can't really come out, but then yeah, girl, I'm gonna come out for you.
You know, you can come in.
No,
Why we gotta go nowhere?
Mike is
you gonna we ever leave,
Come
Jalen?
on over to my place.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. Bring Spider Woman with you. Shit.
Oh god. Nah. I think he played it right because they were right upstairs. You see, they came downstairs eventually.
He should have came down.
But did y'all like this transition of them showing us them going through the city, the animation styles here as well?
So good.
That shit
It
was
was.
beautiful.
It was.
So
beautiful.
good.
Yeah.
God, it was so good.
And this is where I feel like live action can't do everything that animation can do. It takes away from like all these other little things that you can do with Spider-Man that you can't do with live action.
They kind of did it with Doctor Strange a little bit. That's what I thought when they first started doing it. I was like, that's actually kind of a cool little thing they did. But yeah, Doctor Strange sort of did it. But I liked it better here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, you know, this definitely put in perspective that.
Sorry,
hold on,
guys.
let me see real quick. I'm
sorry, guys.
Gotcha.
Do you need a charger?
They got me.
Oh, okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, there you go.
Appreciate it.
That's what I was saying in the beginning, that, you know, kind of put into perspective how much you can do with animation versus live action. Yeah.
So was Gwen wrong for not telling Miles the real reason why he couldn't come along?
Not really. She don't really know him like that.
She didn't really know him like that.
They only hung out just for a little time.
She
and
got
it-
pictures of this nigga in her room that she look at daily. He drawing pictures of her. They love each
She
other.
saw the
They
pictures
sure
she
did.
drew.
just a little bit of a crush, but they know.
But maybe if she would have told him, it would have prevented all the bullshit that they went through.
Could have, yeah, definitely, for sure. But I don't know.
I think that was like the one really dope question that you take from this. Well, not one, but one of two. Is I don't think there's a correct answer here at whether or not she was right or wrong, because I get both sides, and I think that they did that extremely well by writing it that way. I see why she didn't tell him,
Yeah.
you know, because who knows, he might have fucking. I don't know. Who knows how he would have acted if she said like, "Hey, your daddy's gonna die, so you know."
Yeah.
But wouldn't that also like alter the multiverse or the?
That's what I'm saying.
The canon, yeah.
Right. So I see why she couldn't tell him. That's why Miles was just not Miles. What's the other one? Oscar Isaac guys.
Miguel.
Miguel. That's why Miguel
Miguel.
was like, just don't. Miguel. That's why Miguel said you can't go see him.
I am not
It
gonna
made
say that
sense.
during this podcast because I'm gonna go out into the world and somebody gonna chew my ass up. All right. And I like the scenes. I like the little kid too when he was licking all on the
Oh, that
subway
shit
and he was like,
gross.
"Don't do that."
That was funny.
That was gross.
It's such a little kid would do though.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Oh my god.
Bastard.
So even during this time, like they have this intervention and they're talking. All that beautiful to me. I love the way they made her walk around it, and it was spoiled for me already because I watched the video, the Metro Boomin video, and they showed it, and even then I was still amazed, like, oh, that shit looks so
Metro
good.
Boomin video.
Yeah, he put out one of the songs he released beforehand called "Calling." I went and watched the video, and they just used clips from the movie,
And that scene is in there.
and that scene. Was
Oh,
in
And
there.
that was a beautiful scene. I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, it was still beautiful on the big screen though, and the way they sat behind each other and how she told him, in every universe, Gwen Stacy dies because of Spider-Man. I felt that had me emotionally tore up because I knew Miles wants you, girl. Like you can tell him, like,
I know that was cute.
yeah, like Miles wants you. How you gonna tell him no right now?
I felt
Like,
it.
But
I
yeah,
felt, the way she did. She saw his hand hinching closer. She was like, "But this shit don't never work out. Don't do
He
it."
should have been like, "We can work out today."
That's
Like,
what he
Miles
basically-
didn't have that game.
no, he
bro.
did have the
He's
game because he made her
15,
smile. He made her smile with that line. It was like, it's a chance for everything, right?
Oh, he sure did.
He had that line.
sure
He hit
did.
up with a
You're
light,
right.
and then she smiled like,
You're
yeah,
right.
baby.
Hey,
Like,
hey,
yeah, my boy
Mike,
had
don't
game.
you talk about Miles.
God, you ain't gonna talk about my Miles. No, you ain't. You're right. You're right.
So yeah, man.
He's so silly.
Issa basically, I'm reading from the notes. Issa basically calls Gwen and tell her that, listen, you can't do this with him. But actually, I jumped ahead a little bit.
It's okay. We got time. We don't have time.
Yeah, we got to move. Okay.
jump
So after Rio talks to Miles, that was a great scene where Rio's talking to Miles about don't go out
loved
into the
it.
world and forget who you
Ooh,
are.
I
That
felt
that
that.
tug at my heartstrings too. Like she was really trying to give him motivation, but trying to let him go, but not wanting to let him go at the same time. How'd you feel about that, Nay?
I loved it. Ooh, I loved it. Yeah, just telling I fuck with Rio so heavy. She was just telling him like don't make them allow them to have you question who you are.
Now that you have a son, it hits hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even when she was like, "Bitch, who was you? Don't take my son from me. Don't break his heart." Ooh.
Yeah, that was a well done scene.
Yeah, I like when she said, "Take care of my baby inside" or something like that. That was dope.
Yeah,
And the we was going to look for. She was going to look for him later.
Oh, later.
Inside the apartment.
Ken just
Not-
jumped
don't
an
take
hour and a
care of
half
him.
later. I was like, what?
She didn't say that during the conversation.
She didn't say
that
take
was
care of my
way
baby.
later.
She was telling him to take care of the light
little kid
inside. The
inside,
light
yeah.
inside.
Oh, that's what you
Yeah,
mean.
the
that's
little
what he
kid
was talking about.
inside.
Take
Yeah.
care
The
of
light
little
inside of him, yeah.
Miles. Oh, yes.
Oh, but she did say something
protect
similar
him.
like that when Gwen was going out to look for him.
Yeah.
right?
She told him to tell him that we
Tell him I love
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
that he's grounded
Never
for
mind,
5
my bad.
minutes.
I got it confused too. It's okay.
But like a teenage boy would do, Miles left, kept it smooth, but that nigga was gone when he got around that corner. Like
Chasing
shit,
tail.
I'm getting to that ass.
Saw that swinging.
And so,
Yeah. Yup. He said, I know how she.
Saw that bend. She had to bend during that swing, bro.
Oh, you seeing me swinging?
That's why he was
Yup.
invisible. He was a little creepy. That was a little bit of a creepy.
He was a little creepy.
Yeah, it was a little creepy. Yeah.
oh man, so they run up on Spot basically, and Spot they realize his whole thing is being torn up, and she replays the whole situation where he blew up his apartment because he's trying to gain more power. With Miles listening and camouflage and talking to Issa while Gwen is talking to Issa, he hears that she basically can't see him anymore. Did y'all feel bad for Miles in that moment when he finally heard that she basically said, "I'll never see Miles again"?
Because I guess like he knew that she didn't really mean that. I guess. Oh, I would like to think he didn't. He didn't think she really meant it. It was circumstantial or whatever. But I'm still sure it's hard to hear that though.
And even then, Miles still had to be super nigga and chase her through the dimensions. He was like,
Yeah.
man, shit, I'm gonna chase that ass down, girl. He thought about it. He was like, maybe I should sit and chill. But nah, she got it.
I mean, if you done left and did all that, then you might as well go all the way because you already in trouble. So might as well just go for the gusto.
What were y'all thoughts when we got to the new dimension and we were introduced to a new Spider-Man? I do not know how to pronounce his name, and I apologize, but I can't do it. But the new Spider-Man from
Oh, the
Manhattan.
one.
From India.
Yeah,
Oh,
Manhattan.
okay.
Oh, that shit was dope.
Manhattan. Yeah, that shit.
That
shit
Yeah, he
like-
was.
I liked
kinda
him
dope.
a lot. I
Mhm.
liked him a lot.
Yeah, I thought that was dope.
Why'd you like him a lot?
The lightheartedness wasn't too much. It seemed culturally appropriate. And I just liked the way he interacted with like once Hobby came on. Like they seemed like teenage boys just having fun.
Yeah. Yeah. He was only on the job for like 4 months, I think. And,
Oh yeah, he's like, how you get a watch already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, I forgot the part where she told him about Hobie, and he's like, "I go stay at his dimension." He's like, "Do you
What does
stay
that
over?"
mean?
Or
I
like,
love that part.
like stay the night.
Yeah,
Like,
I love that part. He's like, you got another black boy? So you got a type, huh?
Like the cha tea.
Yeah, he was mad about that.
you
That
don't call it
actually made me
TT?
laugh out loud.
Yeah.
What was the comparison he made?
Like, you don't call it
Coffee,
coffee.
Coffee. Yeah, that shit was
With the
funny
creamer.
to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
I didn't know that because I call it chai tea, so I guess I should stop.
Yeah, we all.
I think
a lot
that's
of
how they
people
sell
do,
it, though.
That's
They
like
do
to
sell
us
it as chai
Americans.
tea.
Yeah.
To us Americans, but I'm
Yep.
pretty sure
So they
it's chai
fixed
is
it.
Which
tea.
is
It's
probably
just
why they
chai
get so
and-
irritated about it.
That's dope though that they took the opportunity to kind of fix that though.
Yeah.
And so they're chasing down Spot, and they go to the new Abnormally. And then Spider-Punk comes on the scene. Y'all already talked about him a little bit. How'd you feel when he first showed up? Look at Mike. Go ahead, Mike. How'd you feel about Spider-Punk?
Well, I didn't know he was black until he took his mask off. But yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him.
It was funny when he said, "How are you cool without the mask too?" or
Right.
something like that. That
Oh,
was a
my
dope
God.
line. Because he did look cool when he took the mask
He
off and that hair
did.
popped out. I was like, "Dang, he kind of right about that."
He was tight.
Yeah,
I liked him.
yeah. That whole scene of introducing all of the two extra Spider people and them, having to deal with Spot and his antics and rescuing, people from the bridge and stuff like that. That whole action scene was pretty dope.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
I think it's interesting how like what made him cool because it's an overall consensus, right? Like, you see it and it's like, damn, like what makes him that fucking cool?
Because
Like,
he just didn't talk much. He would just make like little ad libs here and there.
I mean,
And-
Daniel Kaluuya is cool too to me when he talked.
That is true. When you,
but I
when you
didn't even
listen
know
to
it
had to
though.
act
But I didn't know it was him though.
I didn't know it was him either.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
it was
felt
him.
it.
I didn't know it was him. But it did make me think about like, damn, why is this character
because he's so
cool?
different.
Yeah.
And they made a point to make his animation completely different than
Yeah.
everybody else's.
Yeah.
But just the way he moved and the fact that I don't know, for a comic book, he just portrayed cool to me.
Yeah, and then he came through and broke the little shield, I guess. So you say, oh, this motherfucker, okay, this
Yeah, he
motherfucker-
must-
Because he
somebody.
said you don't
Yeah,
use your
yeah.
fingers, you got to use your whole
Palms.
hand.
Yeah, use
Yeah,
your
your
whole
palms.
hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stuff
so he
like
giving
that.
that
He was
game,
very
boy.
confident.
Yeah, he did. Don't
That's
use
why
your
they play
fingers.
Games, they don't use your fingers.
Use your fingers when you catch up to it, bro.
Yeah, I think his confidence made him cool too. Like, cause the Indian guy was confident as well, but he was just kind of still a little goofy.
He wasn't as cool as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I hate the AM. I hate the PM. I hate labels.
Yeah. He's so dope.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he
Well,
was dope.
Then that palm thing is an Easter egg for something later on, which we appreciated. So this whole action scene, we all agree, was pretty dope. Seeing them rescue them from the city, like they were saving the building and everything, all that was pretty dope. But Miles ended up stopping the cannon event that he doesn't realize the cannon event, and they have to come save that dimension, which leads to Miguel saying, "Bring your ass back to headquarters. I gotta talk to you because you fucking shit up." Did y'all think Miles did something wrong at this moment, or y'all think he was just like, nah, he fixed everything, he good?
I didn't think he did anything wrong because I didn't realize he was an anomaly at that moment. But the thing that stuck out to me was when the Indian Spider-Man was trying to save his girlfriend and stuff. Because that's a callback to which movie is it?
Andrew
It's a
Garfield.
callback
Andrew
to the
Gar-
Spider-Man.
Yeah, but the one I remember, like from
Andrew
Oh, it's the first
Garfield.
Spider-Man.
yeah. So he's like, I can
First
save both or whatever. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting.
That statement you just made is a staple of Spider-Man.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
They call him
Yep.
Bollywood Spider-Man in the chat.
But yeah, the second he saved the dad or the cop or whatever, I was like, oh, this is going to be a problem.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't
That's what I
catch
felt,
that.
too.
Because
I
that's
didn't think that.
I didn't read all of the Spider-Man, but the ones I read, that's always a thing. You know, they always have to have someone very close to them die. So when he saved, I was like, oh, this is the multiverse, and he fucked something up. I didn't know it was going to be that big of a deal where all the Spider people were going to go chase him, but I knew it was a problem.
And see, I didn't think that this was the actual moment where his dad would have died or whatever. Or, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Yeah, I just didn't catch it at first.
So I know there's a bunch of Easter eggs at this part right here, y'all. We ain't gonna have time to get through it, and there's a whole bunch here. But
Sorry,
we transition to the headquarters in Nueva York, where Miguel is, where all the Spider Society is. Did y'all pick up on any of these Easter eggs at all? Did y'all see any Spider-Man that y'all are familiar
There
with?
was one from the video game.
Yep.
Right. I saw that one. I was like, oh, like a big ass kid.
I remember
Um,
seeing the car one somewhere. I don't remember exactly where I saw it, but that's one that I remember seeing.
Of course, they had the old school one from way back in the day, the cartoon.
Yeah.
The Ben Riley one was dope. Seeing him.
They did him really well.
Yeah.
They did him really well.
Which other ones? There was a lot. Then there were a lot that I didn't recognize. It was more that I didn't recognize than I did recognize. But
I thought it was
Yeah.
dope that they had Donald Glover as the Prowler. Like that was really cool. That was really cool to see.
yeah, and the fact that I think he was rumored to play Miles
Yeah,
Morales, so I
yeah.
thought that was dope that he
and
was
they said
in
he
it.
was his uncle in the. I think they said it was
one of the-
his uncle.
Yeah, from the movie. Yeah.
Yep, so that was dope.
They did some really cool
mhm.
stuff. They did some really, really cool stuff.
Was it off-putting at all? Or do y'all feel like it felt naturally?
I think it felt natural.
Yeah, I did too.
Totally felt natural.
It
Yeah.
felt natural, and as somebody who didn't catch not none of the Easter eggs, it still didn't necessarily confuse me. Like I understood these are probably things from the comics or whatever that people are familiar with, so I got it without
assume.
actually. I assumed,
Yeah.
so I was able to get it without actually getting it.
Yeah, like Poltergo said, I didn't know there was a Dino Spidey if there really is one.
Yeah,
There is one.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. Like, yeah, that was insane.
Where's the shiny 3D-dimensional one from?
Which
remember
one? A
that
couple
one.
of them that looked.
So it was like, oh man, he was what was he doing? I can't remember what he was doing.
What color was he?
He was dark. He was like a darker red, a deeper red, and a deeper blue, and he was kind of shiny, but he was actually 3-dimensional.
I think that's the one you're. He had the white on him. If that's the
Yeah,
one you're
maybe.
talking about, that's the that's the.
Is that Unlimited Spider-Man?
No, that's the Spider-Man from. Look at my ass doing Spider-Man. That's the one from the game, from the video game that just came out.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Damn, he just came from from the video game.
Gosh.
But yeah, there was a bunch of Easter eggs here, y'all. I know y'all want me to hit on most of them.
We ain't got time.
Ain't got time. I'm sorry. We got something else cooking up for you. Well, y'all seen I already put up. If y'all want us to review Akira, because y'all been begging for Akira, we got to get to that.
They said, how you react when you saw Spectacular Spider-Man and
Oh
Spider-Man
man, it was.
Unlimited?
Oh my god.
And Unlimited, yeah.
I was happy as fuck to see
Oh my
Spectacular.
God.
I was happy to see Spectacular Spider-Man because that's the greatest animated Spider-Man show. And it only has 2 seasons. It wasn't able to continue because the MCU started using Spider-Man and legality and stuff. So to finally see him again, it was like dope. So it gives me hope that eventually they'll bring the show back.
And what about Spider-Man Unlimited?
I wasn't really the biggest fan of Spider-Man Unlimited, but it was dope to see him.
Okay.
So, yeah, just having all these different iterations felt good to see. I like seeing the Prowler, Childish as the Prowler, and all that. What did y'all? And then the inclusion of her being the AI Spider Girl.
I like that
was
little
dope.
flirtation back and forth too to make Gwen mad. I thought that was cute.
That was another one of the thick ones too.
All the Spider Women were thick.
I know
It
it
was,
was.
weird.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah, it was most of the black ones.
She was smart too.
And smart as
Well,
fuck.
some of them you couldn't tell if they were black. They were just in a costume. But
Well,
they were
yeah.
all, like there was one while.
I know.
what's
I
his
think I
name
know which
again,
one you're
Miguel?
talking about.
While Miguel was talking, there was one right next to him.
Yeah,
Had
bro.
Big old fucking Nicki Minaj ass.
That's
what the
that was probably the Megan joke that they were referencing. Yeah,
Maybe that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, damn, what they doing up
Spider
in there?
dick.
All right, representation. Keep going.
Go
bro.
outside.
Keep going. That's why I'm so glad you don't have a mic.
I knew he was gonna say that.
So
He ain't lying.
Miles ends up talking to Miguel, and while talking to Miguel tells him about the canon events. Miguel wasn't for the shit. Not at all.
Yeah. So I like. Yeah, this whole scene of him just basically saying like, you're not even supposed to be here, bruh. And we need to fix this, and all some kind of shit fucked up. Your dad got to die, and like,
I just don't know why he told him that. That was the one question I did walk away. Why did you tell him that? Because
He
you
was
knew he was going to act
emotional.
like a dumbass about it. Why did you tell him?
I think that. Go ahead, Nick.
I was gonna say, I think y'all alluded to it with him being the first Spider-Man, and then Miles Morales wasn't even supposed to be there. Like he was a hater
But I'm saying, why did he even tell him that his dad was going to die?
because he was emotional and he was a hater. He's like, that's why your daddy finna die. You ain't right. You weren't even supposed to be a real Spider-Man.
but it was like everything picked up. Like the music was leading to the action, and him running from all the Spider-Men and or people. That shit, man. Just the whole action. That whole thing was crazy. He was like, "You don't have a plan." He was like, "I got a plan, motherfucker."
Yeah.
And everything. So I thought that was really. I thought it was really done well. Of course, they did it. They finally did it. The Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Where they
yeah, that
put
was
it.
Everybody laughed in the theater. Yeah, yo, so they did,
Well, they did that
that.
at the end of the first one too. Like,
Did they?
Yeah.
At the
yeah.
post-credit scene.
At the post credit
Oh, yeah,
scene.
probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this was still effective as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that whole part was dope and felt really epic and big. Him running through that and running from everybody.
It just made me think that y'all other Spider-Men are sorry as fuck.
I was thinking
Couldn't
that
none
too.
of y'all. There's a
Y'all supposed to be
million
the
of y'all.
elite.
Nah.
Yeah, y'all
nah.
sorry. Miles
just
is that
tough.
good? Nah.
He just that tough. Straight up.
Nah.
Just that tough. Yeah, don't even second guess it. Don't even second guess it. He that tough. That's what it is.
I don't know.
You know what this film also made me
don't
realize?
know.
I'm tied to Tom Holland because they base more of his character off of Miles. Than they
I
do
feel
the
that, but
action.
this was done really well, bro. Like that whole scene. Imagine that live action could have been crazy. I don't know. It was hype.
Did they miss a opportunity to put our new spot like Tobey Maguire and all them in this?
Well, they made references.
They made
That was
references
enough.
to it,
But
but
you
they
saw
wasn't.
Andrew Garfield.
You
You
saw
saw
Tobey
them,
Maguire,
but the
too.
fact that
Yeah,
it wasn't.
I didn't
He was in
see
one of them
him.
little bubbles.
Oh.
He was holding Uncle Ben.
And what's the new one? Is his name?
Tom
Andrew?
Holland.
Tom Holland. You don't think it was a missed opportunity to put
No.
him in this one?
Nah,
With the
it'd been
multiverse
too
now,
much.
yeah, with the multiverse now, you can do it anytime, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And they go on this wild chase. Get them?
I was gonna say the only reason I said that is because this was supposed to be the elite of the Spider.
He's not elite.
He's not
Remember? 'Cause
elite?
remember,
Oh.
he called him a dumb nerd with hanging out with Doctor Strange, and
Yeah,
he
they're
saw
not-
what they fucked up. So why would he bring him
Oh,
in?
he did just mess
He's
up.
probably worse than Miles.
Yeah,
Really?
he did mess up that whole thing. Yeah, that's right.
And they basically end up on the train fighting. That train scene was fucking amazing. Seeing Miguel actually use his talons to climb up and do all that. When Miguel told him everything and Miles' reaction, how did y'all feel in that moment when Miles was actually talking back? Like,
You like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah.
Nah, that hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
hit-
it
it
did. Yeah.
That hit for real.
I was like, it was black too. Just
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
nah,
It's just
Nah,
he's
fam.
like, nah.
nah, nigga,
Nah,
I got
bruh.
this shit.
No, bruh.
I'm gonna do what I want.
And I liked how like he became even angrier than he was at the beginning. Like, and so it really added to the tension. Because he was yelling at him the whole time, like he was really trying to fuck up Miles Morales. Like he felt some kind of way about this shit, and he felt some kind of way about everybody that basically he felt betrayed him. Like he thought Gwen let him go, and all these other people let him go. The Spider guy with the baby, Peter Parker, I ain't like him.
Oh, really?
All
I
I
don't
can
know.
see
He get
is-
on my nerves.
all I
bro.
can hear is Nick every time
Oh,
he
he's
talks.
endearing, man. I
I
like
think
him.
that's
And the
what I
baby.
don't like.
He's endearing,
And
man. I
that
like
little
him.
baby. Take
The
that
baby was
home.
annoying. I get you.
Yeah, the baby
I like
was.
the
Yeah.
baby.
The baby was cool when you first saw him. I was
Yeah.
annoyed when they brought him back, but that version of Peter Parker, I personally think is perfect because
Really?
that is how I would think Peter Parker would be as an adult.
Same.
It was
Same.
perfect. He's a big dummy. You know, he's of course
He's
book
smart.
smart,
Yeah, he's smart,
sure,
but
but
he-
he's common sense stupid.
That's why when Mary Jane even tried to give the sports reference, he was like, "You don't know sports." It's
Right.
just like, yeah, because you're a dork, Loki.
Yeah.
But hey, it is what it is.
I loved him. Yeah,
But and the other thing, Spider Punk, when he dipped out, and he was like, "I quit." By the way,
Yeah.
I loved it. I was
Yep.
like, my man.
Yep.
Yeah, I like his little punches too to like corporate, like
Capitalism and
capitalism
stuff.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
that
Like
shit
I
was
thought that
funny.
was really dope.
you pooping on. He said, "You pooping on the establishment."
I loved it. I
salute
salute you.
He was cool as shit, man.
you.
Yeah.
And he was telling Miles to use his hands in the bubble. So yeah, a lot of different things there. Miles eventually gets back, and he uses the genetics from the spider that bit him to take him back to the universe that he comes from. And something that we didn't mention, 42 is supposed to be the recognition to
Robinson.
Jackie Robinson, yeah, the first black MLB player. That's why he has 42.
Okay.
So that's pretty dope. Adage 42s all over the place. And then he goes back to his universe.
Oh, nothing.
Go
I
ahead.
thought I thought you were saying nothing. Sorry.
And he goes back to the universe that he thinks he's from after some help, even though Miguel was trying to rip that shit apart, and he doesn't. And she gives him a little bit of help because she realizes this ain't what we should be doing.
I'm sorry. Which year we're talking about, Gwen or the
The
other thick one?
AI.
Yeah, the thick
Oh, the AI
stuff,
one.
the
Yeah,
thick
yeah,
one.
yeah.
But I like that part too
The
because
smart one.
the build up to it
I was talking about the other one, but not.
And when he pulled the mask, when she was like, "Yeah, you got it," and he pulled the mask down and let it go, I was like, "Oh shit, that was dope." I was into it by then, bro.
Yeah, and Gwen, when they sent Gwen back to, Gwen tell them we're supposed to be the good guys. Was this the final nail in the coffin that y'all realized that Miguel is the bad guy? Because I remember you said you don't remember Miguel being a villain, and I didn't want to spoil it for you. I was like, I don't think he's a villain, but he's gonna be like an anti-hero.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So did this kind of put the nail in the coffin that this is what he's gonna be moving forward for you?
I still don't think he's a villain.
You don't think even not
Nah.
anti-hero? You don't even look at it that way?
Anti-hero, sure. So that's where we can be. You know, I know I'm being pedantic like Rod was.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
do you think anti-hero and villain is the same thing?
No.
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 Okay. Okay. So then, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like how when they got back to when he got back to his universe, they gave it like a green silhouette. Now I'm just like y'all. I ain't gonna make it seem like I knew that he was in the wrong universe, but the green silhouette in the back was like one of his first covers, and it's pretty dope. They gave him a green silhouette for the city, and the city changed. But even when you look at it, watch it a second time, you can tell like, nah, this ain't the same universe. Like
They got me.
They got me
they got me too.
until she said, "Who's Spider-Man?" When she said it like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
That's
in the
when
theater, I was
it
like,
hit
"Oh
you?
shit!
Yeah.
He's in the wrong place." That was fucking
I
incredible.
thought and even when she did that, I thought she was fucking with him.
I didn't think she was. At first, I thought they were making a reference to like moms just not knowing anything about pop culture or something, maybe.
Yeah.
But then when she repeated, she's like, "I don't know what the hell you're talking about." That fucked me up. I was like, "God damn, how well can you write a movie?" Because I would have never thought to do that.
Even with her, with Gwen on the other side of the window, like the whole time,
And
I'm
you thought he
thinking
was
she's
yep.
listening in.
Yep.
Yeah, they did really good with that.
They did.
And I didn't even think about the fact that the spider that was from another universe put the different code in. Oh man, that was
Yeah.
really dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was dope.
yeah, and Gwen goes to the right spot. He doesn't go to the right spot. He realized that. It finally clicks to him when he starts glitching. When he glitched, and he realized that, and that door opened. What were y'all thoughts? Because I remember y'all talking about saying Uncle Aaron.
I knew it
dead.
was him. I knew.
You knew it was Uncle Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about
Because
you?
they
Nate?
opened it too slow. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
What about you, Nate?
No, same. Like once we realized he's in the wrong dimension, and to your point, Mike, they opened the door up super slow, and I was like, "Oh shit." Yeah, so it was surprising, but wasn't surprising.
Right.
It felt like a Uncle Aaron moment, but then I was thinking like, well, what happened to the dad? So is it the dad? Something going on weird with the dad? So I didn't know what to expect, but you could just tell from the music that it was about to be some shit.
I was like, "Is Uncle Aaron actually his daddy
Yeah,
in this
I didn't
dimension?"
know what was going on.
I didn't
That's
think
what
about
I thought
that.
because the way
That'd
he just
been
walked in
crazy.
the house and slid mama that money.
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
was-
what is
yeah.
going on here?
Yeah.
Keep it
No,
in
I
the family. She fine too for a comic book cartoon.
Everybody keeps saying that.
She
so.
fine, bro. I'm sorry.
Is she smart too?
Yeah, she's pretty
Okay.
smart. She's pretty smart. I guess. I don't know.
Okay, but no, it was dope, and I think the reveal that came afterwards added to it when you saw the mural.
mural?
Yeah, that was just like, oh shit, this motherfucker dead. So and of course they talked about that, like there wasn't supposed to be a Spider-Man in that universe. So
I do think it's interesting that his uncle didn't trip out seeing another nephew, knowing that he had the other. Like I don't understand.
he had to play it cool.
Yeah,
But that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why he
because
played
his
it
mama.
cool.
What do you mean? Why I think he thought it was the regular Miles at first.
No, he didn't
said
because the first thing he says,
he said, "What'd you do to your hair?"
Yep.
But why would you ask that if you already knew that it was a different Miles?
Because he probably knew the other one was back at the
Yeah.
at
Yeah,
their
he
hideout.
knew. I think
I
knew.
thought he figured it out like after they walked outside.
I think he always knew.
I did too. Once he saw him, he was like,
he's like,
"You're
wait a
not the
minute.
right person."
Yeah, I think he always knew.
Oh, did you get that too?
Nah, I thought, because to me, I thought Miles was going to get away with it until he got to the stairs and he was just like dumb. I was like, you dumb, like you asking dumb questions.
Oh, with all the questions.
Yeah,
Right.
and he's like, I'm following your story, but can you tell me? And it's like, bro, you're supposed to know this information. Like, and then when we got to the roof and he's looking at the phone and like the way they animated that with the light like splurged off the phone and it was on Uncle Aaron's face. And he looks down at the phone and looks at Miles like, nigga, you about to get fucked up.
Right, that's when I thought he figured it out. Was at that moment.
I thought he was already figuring it out when he got on the roof because the way, I don't know, I think maybe the whole idea of the city being so dark and menacing that Uncle Aaron already knew too.
Well, Goat said he was probably texting with him too, the real Miles, and that maybe it was a little bit of both. He was like, "Wait a minute."
I guess that does lend to the question of then why didn't he bug out when he walked in the room and saw?
Because he can't bug out in front of Mama, in front of Rio.
Well, why not?
Because you think
She knows her mom. I mean, she knows her kid.
she knows her kid, but she don't know about the multiverse, and she doesn't know about all of, like, how would this not be my child? This is obviously my child. So, and she doesn't know, I'm assuming that this dimension's Miles Morales is the Prowler and into
Right.
shady shit.
Sure.
So he's trying to keep it cool between now how this is gonna play out after, because at some point in time she got to explain how his hair grew back.
Yeah.
Well, he had braids. I guess you could have said he took his braids out.
Yeah.
No, that was his hair.
No, it would have been longer, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
Yeah, we-
we
yeah.
can let that go. But I mean, when they got out, I don't know. I guess I gotta see it
Interesting.
again.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But what did y'all think Uncle Aaron was gonna have a soft spot for Miles when he took him to that spot and he was like, "Yo, you're my uncle, and I know you just wanted to be better. You didn't have an option." Y'all thought it was gonna end bad. Because I know y'all said around this time he was like, it's 2 hours in.
I
What are we
was.
doing?
I absolutely was.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, what is happening right now?
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was like all in the story, like yo.
was with you.
So I didn't even think about the time like that. But yeah, I didn't think about the soft spot because I still didn't know what we eventually found out. So I was still trying to see where they were going to take it.
Yeah, and then we get introduced to the new Prowler. Miles is a Prowler in this universe. Don't spoil anything, everybody. And so yeah, he comes down, and that's basically it until we transition back to Spider-Gwen, well, Ghost Spider, who's talking about getting the band together, and they're gonna go and help Miles out.
Yeah, that was a good callback. I did like how there were two versions of Miles. I thought that was cool, like the Prowler version and then the innocent one, so to speak, and then just how he was, Aaron was spinning him around on the punching bag and shit. And it was at that moment when he was talking to him like he was the Prowler. I was like, he not the Prowler, bro, because it was somebody else that punched him anyway. Because I think he was talking to Aaron, then he got punched from the side, right?
No,
No,
that
Aaron
was that
touched him.
was
He
that
punched
was the other Miles that punched.
Yeah. So Aaron didn't even.
No, Uncle Aaron punched him.
Was
No.
Yeah, Uncle Aaron
I
punched
thought
him.
I thought
somebody
he
else
looked up
hit
and
him.
someone came from like this
Yeah.
in the sky.
No, Uncle Aaron punched him because Uncle Aaron turned around, like he put the glove on and he turned around and it boom when it splat.
I
across
could have
the screen.
sworn I
I
saw
was
like a
with
dark
you.
figure that was coming up from the side.
That's what I
Y'all
thought.
correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I thought for
I
sure
thought it was Uncle Aaron who did it first. Because I remember being like,
because he didn't come down until he threw. He said you
Yeah,
don't
and then he
have to be
threw
the
him the
Prowler.
glove, yeah.
He's like, you think I'm the Prowler?
Yeah,
And
they're
he
saying Uncle Aaron did not punch him.
Oh, okay.
I only saw it once,
It's
so
cool, but I didn't
I'm
think he
kind of
did
with whoever it says what. But yeah, that because that when I was like, oh, that wasn't him that punched him. That was the thought that I got. So I was like, he's not the Prowler.
They say Miles punched Miles.
So that's when I was like, I think Miles. I think Miles is the Prowler because I thought somebody else punched him.
Yeah.
So it didn't ruin it for me. Not that they gave it away, but I was wondering if that was him. But I thought that shit was dope as fuck.
It was.
Yeah, he looked
Ain't
mean
no
too.
love.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he
in
looked
the
mean.
heart of the city.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I thought
Ain't
that
the
was
song
dope.
played? I like that song they put
Oh,
on the
ain't no
record.
love. The original ain't no love. Like the sample.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's pretty much the movie. Hey, man, y'all, it's a lot here. I may take some time for the patrons. You know what I'm saying, and go through some more Easter eggs if that's what y'all want to do. But because I'm happy to talk Easter eggs. But hey,
Okay, real quick. So Goat is saying that. Well, I mean, not that any of this is fact, of course, but Goat's saying that when Aaron came in the door, he didn't know it was him until he went in the kitchen. They said there's a scene where he looks at his phone, so that must have been a text from the other Miles. So that must have been the moment that he figured it out. I didn't catch all of that. That shit was going too fast. I definitely need to see it.
I'm gonna
again.
see it a third time, so it don't matter.
Yeah. Though, yeah, and just the tension and the build up and everything. Because I didn't know he was in another dimension, so it was just like this shit is fucking crazy, bro.
Goat's explaining all, but he's like, yeah, that's why he said we got to go, like right now. We got to leave. So interesting.
Okay, all right. But I ain't gonna lie, I was mad as hell when that motherfucker ended, and it was like gonna
was
be a
too.
part 2.
I knew it. I knew it. There's only like 3
It's like
minutes
it has
left.
to be, yeah.
And I was like, there's no way they're gonna wrap all
Yeah,
this
because they
up.
didn't even get back to Spot, and I was like, oh yeah, this ain't.
So you guys have looked at I guess your watch by then. And I was like,
it wasn't even that. It was just it felt. I
Yeah.
knew I had been there for at least 2 hours. I knew I had.
I was like,
been-
this
yeah.
movie can't keep going.
Yeah.
see, I didn't. Yeah, I was like, when it happened, I was like, because when the music kept going and it kept building, I was like, no, these motherfuckers. I said, no way in hell they about to do this
That's
shit.
some comic book shit, though.
And
Ken,
they
you know
did that shit. I was like, you mother. I was so mad. I was like, you motherfuckers.
You were like the most of the people in my theater. They were fucking hot.
I was pissed too, though.
What?
But yes,
I thought it
but
was amazing.
Even though I knew too.
It was good, but I was like, this some bullshit.
I knew before they changed the name of it. I knew it was a part 1 and a part 2 because originally it was going to be labeled part 1 and part 2.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't know that.
Yeah, but I knew that already. So when they changed the name, I already had in my head like, all right, so they're probably gonna lead. When they changed the name, I thought maybe, all right, maybe they'll give a solid ending, and we move on to the next one. But that shit stopped. I was like, the fuck? It felt like not like Infinity War all over. But on that
it
level,
did.
it was
It
like,
did. Yeah, I
bro,
get
what the
it.
fuck just happened?
Nah,
Like-
yeah, no, it did. It did.
People were cheering in our theater though. Remember?
No, they did, yeah, but it
yeah,
was
yeah.
just, I was just like, damn, this is it's so fucked
My
up.
theater
but
was
there
so mad.
Yeah, they were.
It was a mixed reaction.
Yeah,
There was
it's
a
a
couple of
mixed
different
reaction.
reactions in there, yeah, that we had, bro. It was
People in
wild.
Reddit said folks in their theater were booing at the end.
Yeah, that's how my theater was. They said, "What the fuck?"
It still was
Loud.
good. It was
Yeah, I
still
was
good,
like,
but
that's
it was just
dope.
like,
No, it wasn't a bad
fuck.
thing, but it was just like,
I'm so
wow.
invested now. You left me hanging. Like,
Yes.
like blue balls.
But see, now I'm.
Whoa. Oh. All right. It's not intimidating.
Spider
bro.
incel. What the fuck, man? But now I'm just worried about how long it's gonna take for the other part.
It said
supposed to be
9
next
months.
year.
It said
Say
9
again?
months.
Yeah,
Oh,
March.
that's it?
Comes
Yeah,
out in
yeah,
March.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
Well, maybe
okay.
Jessica had that baby by then.
And we might find out who the father is too.
Shit.
Chill out. They wouldn't do that to a black woman.
Well, anyway, let's
The
get
way
to
they
these
inclusive, they ain't
super
doing that.
chat.
They
Don't
threw
we
her
have
against the
final
wall and
thoughts?
webbed her
They
up.
did, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was out there fighting for real, for real.
That was ridiculous.
I was concerned.
I
for
still
her.
know how I feel about that, but let's go.
Don't we have some final thoughts?
Oh, you must.
That was mine. I was like, this is some bullshit.
I'm talking about the video.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, Nick.
Oh, good look, Nate.
You're welcome.
See, I told y'all this ain't as easy as look. When I'm producing back there, it's so
We
much easier.
forgot about Nick.
Yeah, I did, man.
What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Nick. I am just now leaving the theater from seeing the Across the Spider-Verse the second time. First time it was just too much to kind of really digest. There's a lot of shit going on, but I like it. Overall thoughts, I thought it was really done really well. Probably my favorite movie of the year so far. Even though that's not really saying much about the year because the year been real shitball. But I did go see it with Jay on this past Friday, so that was a good experience. Funny ass experience. I know he knows what I'm talking about. But I like the movie. I like the movie a lot. I have small nitpicks. For example, the first 20 minutes, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I thought it was like, hold on, I paid to see Miles Morales, not Gwen Stacy. I felt like we spent a little bit too much time with her because I know I think she's going to get her own movie. So I'm like, why don't you just put this shit in her own movie? But I like how it connected. It connected very well. I love seeing Issa as Spider-Woman. I love seeing as Oscar Isaac doing Spider-Man 2099, who I think was actually the real protagonist of this story because I think Miles was the villain for all the stupid shit that he did. But overall, I thought it was a good movie. I think that the animation was just... If you gonna make me wait because the movie came out like the first one came out 2018 or 2017. I think it's been like almost 5+ years since then. If you gonna make us wait, this is a worth the wait movie because watching it in IMAX the second time was so much better than my first viewing because you get to see all the more details and stuff like that. And it's like a living, breathing comic book, even more so. And even some of the scenes, like especially with like Gwen Stacy, when she was talking with her pops, as far as like after the reconciliation scene, it felt like the scene was crying with her in that, and I just love seeing all that little shit. So I know Rod would probably fuck with it too, well hopefully. But I really enjoyed the movie. I can't wait for the sequel. My last nitpick is that ending. Don't make me sit for 2.5 hours just to be like to be continued. Don't do that shit. I know motherfuckers could say Infinity War was like that, but Infinity War was a standalone movie. You can watch that from beginning, middle to end and be like, this is just its own movie. It connects, but you could watch it as its own. To end on a cliffhanger like that, it's just, you could tell it was a money grab. It was a money grab movie. I don't mind it because I'm gonna go see the third one regardless. But it just felt like for all that time we had, it was like we could have done some other stuff. In my opinion, but no, I really fuck with all the fight scenes, especially that big ass chase scene when you see all the Spider-Man and all that. That's probably my favorite part of the movie. The cameos of Donald Glover and the video game Spider-Man and who else was in? And then also the callbacks to the other Spider-Man from Andrew Garfield to Tobey. I thought that was really dope. They really just made me realize, like, at the end of this shit, Spider-Man is the best superhero of all time. Like, and I'm not saying like for powers and all that shit. I'm just saying like story-wise, interest, and longevity. Who's a better superhero than Spider-Man? He connects to everybody. Clearly from this movie, it connects to literally everyone as far as representation and all that. But like, even then, it's just who don't fuck with Peter, who don't fuck with Miles, who doesn't fuck with this world, who doesn't fuck with these stories, and like, there's a lot of adult themes in this, especially with like dealing with death and dealing with just failure and how to move past that. I fuck with it. Last thing I would say, because I know what's going on. Last thing I would say is
I can end it.
Spider-Woman and Peter B. Parker, horrible parents. Why the fuck do you got kids out here while y'all fighting and shit?
I feel him on that.
Spider-Woman pregnant and shit. This nigga got a fresh ass baby out here doing all this goofy shit. That's just me. I'm not a parent, so I really shouldn't have an opinion, but I just felt like that ain't a good look.
Well, at least it was a black and a white person, so you know they were equal.
They say yikes.
Wait, you gonna read Wolfgang's comment?
No, I'm not. Go ahead.
Why? Wolfgang said Nick looked like a multiverse Beezy in this video.
I didn't see that. Bless it.
Yeah. But this is the epitome of Spider-Man too. I agree with that. Like, this is a decision where you can lose everything, but at the same time, it's like, I gotta do what's right. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's such a great movie. But let's go to Super Chats.
Nick is stupid, man.
They say Nick looking like a single father right now that can't see his kids. Yo, y'all are dumb, yo.
Looking like the Tyrese video.
Yo, y'all are
What more do you want from me?
That's wild.
All right, you got it, Ken? I gotta sign back in.
Oh, sure. Seasoned. Hey guys, hope y'all are doing well. Curious to hear each of your Spider-Man movie rankings.
I got you. Become a patron.
Boom.
Oh,
Good job.
But
Good
they
job,
just
Jalen.
sending money to.
I mean, it's kind of like the price of a.
Fine. Go ahead and give
You're
me.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's too many Spider-Man movies to do this right now.
Not necessarily.
Okay, go. Rod's gonna do it for you, seasoned bussy.
I mean, but I'm not even like the Spider-Man.
Oh, I didn't even think. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you.
I just. Oh, that's all. Is that why you didn't say it? Oh, Jesus.
That made me clutch my pearls. What you seasoning it with?
You tighten my butt.
What you seasoning
All right.
it with,
All right, Rod. Go ahead and give seasoned bussy your.
Your rankings, bro. Yeah, give me. You want your rankings? You want all your rankings?
I still personally like the Tom Holland movies. I think they did those really, really well. So I would go probably the first one that he was in.
That's number one.
I would say that's number one for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I would say that's number one for me. And then I would go back to the Tobey Maguire. I know a lot of people. He's not like the most popular one, but I like Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. So I'll probably go to first Tobey Maguire movie. Shit, I probably
You can just do your top three. I know it's a lot.
I think I could throw.
See.
I think I could throw Into the Spider-Verse as my third.
Damn.
Yeah, I think I could do that.
So the origins of
The origins of all of them,
Except for Andrew.
but starting with Tom Holland. So Tom Holland's, Tobey Maguire, and then these.
No Way Home is still my favorite. I'll just do the top 3. No Way Home is still my favorite.
Is that the first one?
No,
No,
that's
the
the last
last
one.
review,
The,
the last
most
one.
recent Tom Holland one.
Super spreader event.
Oh, that was good too.
Oh, too late.
but I'm still gonna go with the first one because that was the introduction,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed
The first
it.
one is really fucking
Yeah,
good.
I
but
really
that
enjoyed
third
that
one
Yeah.
was too fucking much to have a grown man in the theater like this. But that one is first for me, and I would actually put Spider-Verse second, the first Spider-Verse second. And for third, I think I would go back to Tom Holland and do the first one.
Okay.
This one might move up for me if I see it again.
No Order, Spider-Man 2, No Way Home, this one.
No Way Home, Spider-Verse joints, and shit, one of the Tom Holland joints. Can't think of which one though.
Yeah.
Which one of the other two I like more?
And the Tobey Maguire, I actually like 2 better than 1. Now that I think about it, because 2 was the one where he had who was the villain in 2?
I can
I don't remember.
Oh, Spider-Man 2?
Yeah,
Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, I like that one better. I like that one.
All right. Long live Kevin Samuel. Spider-Punk was Jimi Hendrix fused Mike and Afro Samurai. All right.
Take it.
Chester Rich. Love Dead and Hip Hop, but I have a question for Mike. Thoughts on South Park?
It's a weird question. I don't like South Park. Sorry. It's just, I don't know. It's just not very funny to me. I prefer Bob's Burgers.
I fucks with Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers is funny as fuck. Thank you. You're the only one I know that
I
agrees
fuck
with me.
this way.
That show
No,
is
Mike,
so
I mean,
funny.
Nick likes it too.
Oh,
That means I'm fucking up. You like it too? Yeah, that show is funny.
Yeah, I think I might. I don't know. I haven't watched it, so I don't.
I just can't get into those.
Yeah.
I can't either.
Yeah.
It's just
Have you tried Bob's Burgers?
That's what I'm saying. I can't get into them because like people talk about Family Guy and all those. Like,
Rick and Morty.
Nah, I don't like Rick and Morty at fucking all. But Bob's Burgers is more like dry humor, so you might actually.
I don't.
like
I don't. I mean, yeah. I don't. I mean, yeah. I just can't get into it. I thought I was gonna watch cartoons for forever, but I just don't.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm missing anything. So,
Yeah.
it's comics. Favorite cameo from the movie?
Say that one more time. That's comp.
Favorite cameo.
Cameo.
from-
Oh. His name is Ez. It's comics.
Spectacular Spider-Man.
I don't know that I know that Spider-Man. You keep talking. I'm gonna look him up.
I think mine may have been the video game. That was the one I definitely.
That's the one
a
that had the
reaction
little
to.
wings, right?
Yeah.
He was the one that had the little wings, right?
He
here.
talked to Miles. He was like the shorter one, and he had talked to Miles, and Miles was asking him like,
I like Ben Riley too. He just kept sticking out.
"It's on Disney Plus."
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah,
Give it a try. They just put it on Disney Plus. Give it a try, Mike. You'll agree with me. It's the best.
I got
animated
all those in
Spider-Man.
my queue. I also like how Miguel was flying through this in his suit too. That shit was dope.
I like the Donald Glover cameo.
Actually, no, I think I might be with you on that. The fact that
Yeah.
there would be no Miles Morales without Donald Glover.
Hold on, what? What? Say that again.
The creator, I read an article literally a couple days ago. The creator was saying that Donald Glover in the Spider-Man suit is what inspired Miles Morales. No,
I thought you were talking about just the movie itself. Never mind.
no,
No,
like
no.
sorry, the character itself.
Yeah, I read that.
Which I
I
didn't
saw
know
that
that
too.
until recently. I thought that
Michael
was actually
Business on
super
Business.
fucking cool.
Yeah.
Nah.
Wait, repeat that. So
So
my
on Community, I'm sorry. Did you have a 2-part question?
no, I was just
Okay.
trying. No, go ahead. You're
Okay.
answering it.
On Community, there's an episode where Donald Glover dresses up like Spider-Man, and Donald Glover has repeatedly said he wants to play Spider-Man, but then it got to the point where he was too old to play Spider-Man. But somebody saw that. I don't know the creator's name, but whoever
Brian
created
Michael
him.
Bendis.
Say again.
Brian Michael Bendis.
Brian Michael Bendis.
Right. So that person,
fucked up.
at least according to the article I saw that episode, and that sparked him to create Spider-Man of color.
Oh,
So they're really-
Childish Gambino is the actual inspiration for the Miles Morales character.
According to the article I saw.
I'm not 100%
Interesting.
sure. That's why I'm not going to refute it.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm typically wrong with this stuff, guys.
How
But I
interesting
saw
is
an article
that?
that said that. I don't know if that's true.
I
If
thought
they're
it
yelling
was-
at me in the chat, then I'm wrong.
I thought because he had like a black wife, and he wanted diversity for his
Wait,
child.
Brian Michael
But I know
Bendis?
that was for Riri Williams. Is why.
Wait, he down?
I read that for Riri
Does he got
Williams.
Does he got a? Well, never mind. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
man.
You like
I'm
George
gonna say
Lucas?
something
Goat said
crazy.
it's true, so I'm going with Goat.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Bet.
you can have a black wife but still not be down. That could be
This is
just
a fact.
a set piece.
What a set piece.
That's fucked up, man. Read the next question. That is terrible.
man.
As a black Latino, I love how they have Miles celebrating both of his parents' cultures.
Touche.
Love this
was
movie
dope.
and can't wait for the next one. I am with you,
Touche.
brother.
I especially liked how they
Or
made
I'm with
the
you.
evil Miles more like. I kind of felt like I was being racist, but I think he was speaking more with like a Latino accent
I don't
because
know.
the dad wasn't there.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay.
No, you're not.
I
Because
was like,
he
oh,
didn't say
shit.
Morales the way
I'm being
we
racist.
say it as black people.
They was
he
calling him
said it like
Dominican
the way it's
Miles,
supposed to be
I
said.
thought
How?
that.
Yeah.
I thought
'Cause
that.
it didn't sound like he
Yes.
said Morales.
Yes.
It doesn't sound like he said Morales. Is that
Yes.
you're like, that's not how I hear it all the time.
And even the way he was just talking, it just sounded like he had more of a Latino accent. So I thought that was a cool little touch they did.
Okay, racist ass. The sense that no, just playing. This was better than Mid No Way Home.
Yo, y'all gonna chill out with that.
Yeah, y'all paying
Y'all
money
gonna
to
chill
say
out.
dumb
Everybody is
shit.
entitled to their opinion.
No, because I saw somebody tweet this and it says they say they're gonna get violent once y'all turn on this movie because what happens is everybody falls in love with the movie
Yep,
and you want to be a
yep.
cool contrarian and
Exactly.
be like, oh, it's not as good as everybody thinks. No,
Agreed.
you were just as hype as everybody else and now you're trying to change your opinion to sound
I
cool.
was.
Jalen spitting facts
Shut up.
right now.
I wasn't.
All right,
You're not the average, like, you know.
A Tribe Called Breast.
I think I've seen that before in here.
Who was your favorite spider person in this
Q-nip.
film?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
How old are y'all guys? Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
Sorry, Ken. Go
Yeah, we got the souls of adolescence.
Favorite spider person in this film?
Spider-Punk.
Spider-Punk.
I'm still going Miles.
I mean that's man,
Yeah, I'm still going Miles.
that's
basic.
easy. Huh?
You about to call him?
It's not easy because
I thought
Spider Punk was really cool. No, I really like Miles. I liked his layers, man.
Yeah.
He had some layers here, man. I really liked him. So
And
yeah,
I'm gonna
no.
go on a limb and say Gwen Stacy, actually.
Okay. That's
No one
fair.
said Spider Sis?
Huh? Spider Sis?
I don't remember her name.
The Avatar one?
Jessica Drew. Yeah.
Spider Woman, Jessica Drew. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't too. I mean, she was cool. She was cool, but I wouldn't like. Oh,
I
man.
She
liked
didn't do
her
enough.
interaction with Miles more than I liked her character. So yeah, that's fine.
You're thinking of Jessica Jones.
No, I'm not. I thought the
Yeah,
original
I'm-
Spider-Woman was white.
Oh yeah, she is white.
I'm with Mike,
She is
yep.
white in the comics. Yeah.
So nobody else just like Miles. That's the main. Spider-Man?
It's just like
Miles.
yeah, it's just like an easy
Yeah.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the new. We trying to say like who's.
Well,
new.
yeah, he probably should have said it's with the exception of Miles. That probably would
No,
have
you
made it.
answered it right.
Yeah, that's what he asked.
Stick by your
Yeah.
answer, man.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
your
I
favorite.
like
Fuck
Miles.
these
like,
hoes, bruh.
but I'm saying it probably, if would have made it more complex if you would have said that.
Well, thank you for your pound.
Rob Costa.
Hey,
And I actually
Rob.
did fuck with Spider-Man 2099 as the movie went along. Top of the afternoon, everyone. Love this movie. Hoping someone else caught the potential LGBTQIA plus allegory with Gwen's story. Read about it today and think it's super dope if true.
I didn't catch it.
Oh, is he making a joke?
No, he's
No,
not
no.
actually.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
glad
what
that
was
Ken
the-
added them extra letters, even though they're supposed to be. They usually are there.
Ken's
Ain't no
trying to
I and
say,
A
you
in there.
know,
He's trying to say, I'm down.
It's how it's so. Yeah, there's a story about how I get to say it. I just when I see it, I say it. That's just it. Just
I just
it's
said I'm an
natural now.
ally.
I just say the queer community.
And they've added more to it, so I haven't added those yet.
The queer community.
Right.
But they, yeah.
So wait, so what is this?
I don't know.
Make or just do like a quick overview. What's the?
Well, I
What's
thought
this?
go
He
ahead.
says something about her being afraid to come out to her father, and when she did, that he kind of resented her, and then later on came to accept her. So they're trying to tie that in. They do this shit with every damn movie. It seems like,
Like
but
Luca.
Are gay folks actually the ones doing this, or is this like white liberals being like, I see something here?
Nah, like even like Luca, the you didn't watch it 'cause it's a Pixar movie. Luca, it's about him being a mermaid, like a fish type thing, and he goes onto land, but he doesn't want to let his parents know because he don't think they're going to accept him. But it's really a story because the
You
queer
can relate
community
that
talk
to-
about it, like
yeah.
the gay movie, And they're
Right.
Like,
No, that makes more sense than this one.
I think it's similar.
I
I, think
can
it's just
kinda
a
see
it's a
it.
real- it's a
Interest. Okay.
a
But then,
similar
like
story.
I said, she had that protect trans
Trans.
kids.
She
in her
did.
room.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah, I'm sure she had. Yeah.
also had a scarf, the trans scarf in the room.
What's a trans?
Yeah, I didn't
the
see
fuck
this.
is a trans
Yeah, what's
scarf?
that?
Or do you mean like a pride flag almost?
Like a flag?
Okay.
People call it a trans
He said he-
scarf.
Oh, really?
It used to be like a handkerchief.
Okay.
I said, what the fuck is a trans scarf?
He just explained it.
I know what I'm saying. I've never heard that before.
I didn't know they make those.
I didn't either.
What are
I
they
want
like?
one.
It's
How they-
representation.
Describe it to me. What's it like? You don't have to.
He just explained it. He just explained it.
I mean, it's just like a regular.
No, I'm,
It's all right, it's
I'm
all
about to.
Yeah, we're
No,
yeah,
don't
we're
do it.
fucking
We're
with you.
live. They can't edit anything out. I'm about to get in trouble. All right, so we're gonna move along. 'Cause I'm about
About
say
to Google
something-
that shit.
Bro, I'm about to say something crazy. Let me go.
Next question.
But he said, Rob did say he read it from a gay person. Byron Needle, happy Sunday, everyone. Do you, any of you think Apple TV is a serious contender for the best streaming service?
No.
Not yet, but they do have some good shit on there. They do have some good shit on there.
Nobody talking about Apple
They
TV.
don't talk about it, but it's some good.
Good shit on there, but no.
Yep, they haven't caught on yet, but a lot of their stuff is high quality. A lot of their stuff gets a lot of recognition from the industry. It's just nobody's like in terms of it breaking the mainstream and be part of like the everyday conversation. It's like completely at the bottom.
Why are you laughing, man?
I'm sorry. No, I don't want to.
Max is number one.
Yeah, I know what she's reading.
Max is number one. It ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, so but
Don't do it, Rod.
Next question.
Don't do it.
Y'all are stupid.
this is the most Chop Top's husband. This is the most ambitious comic book and animated book of all time. Every single detail that went into this perfect from beginning to end.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
This gonna move up in the rankings, definitely.
Nah, for sure. They did a good ass job with this. So it makes me interested to see what they do with part two.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
Right. Black Roz, Mike, did you finish Snowfall? And if so, overall thoughts to the crew? We need that Wire Snowfall versus. Rod, just use some breathing techniques to relax.
Rod's not gonna be the problem. I think I'm the one that's gonna get mad way before Rod does.
You think so?
Yes.
Did you finish it?
Yes, I did.
You did.
And it ended well. I
It
will
did,
give him that.
right?
It ended well. The last season was pretty
They brought it
decent.
together.
Yeah. The season before that was absolute
Horrible.
unadulterated fucking dog shit.
pretty bad.
I'll say this. Second season of The Wire is better than the second to last season of Snowfall. Easily. I don't give a fuck.
Debatable.
Give a fuck.
Hey, you ain't gotta argue with me, my boy. It's him.
I'm gonna tear that season apart.
Uh,
I'll just let y'all know right now.
Hibachi, thoughts on that big cameo?
Which one?
Come on, Hibachi. Come on, man.
What's on that?
What's the big cameo? I don't know. Which one's the big one?
I mean, there's a lot of cameos.
I guess
don't
he's
know.
talking. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Donald Glover.
Was that
We
the big
liked
cameo?
it.
Yeah.
I heard Metro Boomin had one too.
Yeah, Metro did have one. Yeah.
Oh,
That
he was in
wasn't-
it? I wouldn't know what he looked like,
He was
honestly.
the black and white Spider-Man. When he's like, I got him, y'all. And then he fell out the window. He's like, I thought I had. Well, he said, no way to run. He says, no way to run. He's like, oh, there was somewhere to go.
That's
There was somewhere to
funny.
run. Yeah,
That is
Okay.
funny. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Next, do any of you have any guilty pleasures when it comes to terrible movie franchises? For me, it's the Resident Evil and Riddick films.
He said it. Resident Evil. I'm 100% with you. I've seen them all.
I
And
don't know why I
Transformers.
keep watching them.
I don't know either. They're terrible.
Y'all really watch those?
Yes, every single one I've watched, and they're all fucking
In the
terrible.
movies, or y'all just
No.
Okay, okay.
The only trash I go see at the theater is
Yeah,
Transformers.
Transformers is mine.
Sharknado. I be watching Sharknado, bro.
Those are movies?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow, yeah.
I don't know anything about it. Mine
Yeah.
is Twilight.
I never
Oh, I like this
love
Fast and Furious.
Twilight.
yeah,
Yeah.
any of those yet either.
Has
Guilty
became
pleasures
trash.
when it comes to terrible movies, franchises.
You have lots.
I do have a lot, but what are some of mine?
Just give me
The National Lampoon series is.
I don't really keep up with those.
You
like
don't
that.
keep up with them. You don't. You don't. Shit, I don't know.
I mean, Mike says Transformers, but I don't think they're trash.
Yes, you do.
I don't
believe you.
think they're trash.
don't
I guess it
believe
is actually a guilty pleasure. 'cause
Except
I don't-
Bumblebee. Bumblebee is. Sorry, this is.
I was just saying, like, you know, I
We got next
maybe
week.
that is actually a guilty pleasure. I guess.
Ooh, yeah,
It
we
comes
got
out
a
this
lot
week.
more
It
love.
comes out this weekend. Y'all got
Can't
next
wait.
week when y'all
Day
review.
before my birthday. I'm so excited.
Would y'all ever consider reviewing the show Dave? Even if you aren't fans of Lil Dicky himself, the celeb cameos and side plots are really well done.
It is.
I'm just.
Yeah,
It is though.
I was watching it.
I'm good.
2 days ago.
It's actually pretty good. He's pretty
I
good.
fuck with Dave.
He's pretty good.
Fuck yeah.
I can't get into it, but yeah, it is.
Get into it.
It's good.
Yeah, that's a no. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get around.
I think I talked about that. He's a good actor. That's what I was saying.
That's
He
what he
acted like a
started out
rapper
at.
for a lot of
He
years.
really did. Fooled a lot of folks out there.
Yeah.
Long live Kevin Samuel. CPS needs to call on Spider Woman and Peter Parker for putting their kids in danger. Feel that.
Nick's burner.
Arthur, love the podcast, love this movie, probably the best Spider-Man movie in my opinion. What are thoughts on the live-action Miles Morales announcement? What would be your dream cast for that movie? Who's gonna do it? Sony still gonna do that one? They need to let this go, bro.
They really do.
Just hand it
I
over.
almost agree because I really like Shamik Moore's voice for Mike Morales. Like his voice to
Miles
me
Morales.
is. What I say, Mike Morales?
said Mike.
I did because I was looking
heard
at
Miles.
Mike
Mike.
for Miles Morales, but it's like I can't see the character without hearing his voice at this point. And he definitely couldn't be the live action version of
Really?
Miles
Why not?
Morales. He's a little
He
too
looks too old.
old.
He's old.
Mm.
Yeah, he
But
looks
they
like
made him look young and dope.
this movie.
But this
That was almost 10
He's
years
too old
ago.
now.
Yeah, he's like,
And by
he's
the
like
time they get
playing
around
Raekwon
to it, he gonna be
now.
like 40.
He plays Raekwon on Wu-Tang. Like I don't think he can come
Dope
back
was
at
one
this
of my
point.
This is not Miles.
And Dope
Morales.
was how many
Yeah, it
years
is.
ago?
No,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I'm
what I said,
saying
10
he
years
can't
Oh,
play
yeah, he
Miles
can't be
Morales.
Miles.
But you
Yeah.
remember him in Dope though, right?
Yeah,
he
but
played
like
a
you
high
said, that was
schooler.
like 10 years ago. He's aged a lot in 10 years.
Yeah.
Dang it, that's
He looks a little too old.
And I think some of that's because he's like, I think he put on weight to play Raekwon for the Wu-Tang show or whatever. But I can't see, I don't want to see anybody outside of that voice, to be honest.
Does he get a little older in the comics?
Not yet.
Comics rarely.
He's not
age.
going to be 40, so he can't play him.
That dude, I mean, but he played a high schooler 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles Morales is 15.
Yeah.
Miles Morales is 15.
So by the time he would be playing him, he'd be like 32.
And I don't think they'll age him up for a live action movie. I think they'll still keep him in that.
They would get that boy from Stranger Things.
My man, I was thinking the exact same thing.
people
That's
been-
crazy.
People been fan casting him.
Oh, I didn't know that part, but
Oh.
yeah, I was thinking the same thing. The
Y'all
dude
got
from
it.
Stranger Things.
Yep.
He's perfect.
He doesn't seem Latino enough to me.
It's good.
They might get mad about that.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know who is young that looks more Latino and black. I don't know. I don't know.
Do y'all think they're gonna do live act? I don't think they're gonna do it.
They
live
have
act.
They've
to.
already
announced
said
it.
it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
announced
Even if they don't do
Yeah.
a movie, they'll have him appear in one of the
confirmed.
other ones.
I wouldn't.
See, I don't think they should. If you're really trying to combine this multiverse animation to real life, like they did with the scene from Venom, like why try to get a live version of
That would
Miles
be
Morales?
crazy. Lame as
money.
shit.
What did you say? Last review with
Yeah,
Nick.
it
Money.
Huh?
It's that simple. Little Mermaid. Money.
I just don't understand why you do that with the multiverse thing, but not do that with Miles Morales.
I wouldn't
You
wanna
did it
see
with
that.
Spot, but you didn't do it. You're not going to do it with Miles
I want to
Morales.
see that.
Yeah. We've already answered this question, Troy, but appreciate you.
Hey Troy.
Hey, Troy. What's up, Troy?
Oblivion, Miles' character was heavily inspired by Donald Glover. Around 2010, there was a campaign for him to play the new Spider-Man. I remember that.
That's what I remember.
In his Community days, there was an episode where he wore a Spidey shirt. So there we go.
Confirmed.
Oblivion again, hinting that he was going to be the new Spidey. Oh, they have limits. I forgot. I heard text limits. Hinting that he was going to be the new Spidey, but Andrew Garfield took the role. But Donald did some voice acting for Miles in the Spider-Man show, my favorite cameo because of the history of it.
And I'm sure Donald Glover was so happy to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did it for Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay. Did you guys see Intergalactic, the Kid Cudi John?
Have y'all
You
seen
are
I
that?
forgot
so
about it.
Oh my
silly.
god!
I know you told me to watch it. I forgot.
Good.
I'm gonna watch it.
Roderick could not get through it.
Oh, really? Okay,
that
we'll
shit's
talk later, but I'm gonna still try.
You were not.
You
a
ain't like the
fan.
animation of it either?
It was just, it looked cool, but it was like choppy or whatever. It was like, yeah, I wasn't feeling that. I couldn't get through it.
RKF Master, did y'all catch they played Sunflower in Spanish in the first Bodega fight scene with Spot?
I don't know what that is.
Neither.
The first song from the first movie. The song from the movie.
Oh, the one that he was singing.
Eh.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
Bro, y'all be dissecting the hell out of these movies. That's dope.
man.
Even though that may have been obvious, but I didn't catch it. I don't be catching shit like that anyway. But that's dope. No, I didn't catch that. Cool. The Sensei. What Marvel or DC property would you like to see animated in Spider-Verse style? I want to see Static Shock and X-Men. Nah,
I don't think I want to see anything else animated like this.
I don't
Leave
think I
this
do
alone.
either.
Let this be its own thing.
I agree.
Static Shock probably would be dope.
Static Shock could work, and that was a very popular cartoon, right?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I get jumped on by the DC folks
It's pretty good for
all the time about it. So I think that would actually work. I think that would be the move.
Yeah.
I think they can kill that one.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else that I think would work in that same way.
Even though it's not Marvel or DC, I'm interested with
Deadpool, but they have a live action Deadpool.
I'd be interested to see what this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle looks like because that animation style, that shit looks hard.
that trailer.
I didn't see any of the trailers. We got there late.
Oh, yeah, the Ninja Turtle movie actually looks pretty good. I would go see that in the theater.
Last one, Slade Wilson, peak screenwriting, theme, don't let others tell your story, plot, there are canon events Miles rebels against, aka the typical hero's journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We appreciate your
We appreciate all the super
Yeah.
chats and all the new members. We got 3. Shout out to
Tight.
I can't say this, but DR.
Roy. Deal Roy?
Mm,
How you pronounce that, Deal?
yep. So
Dew.
I ain't gonna even jack that up.
That was the first one, Athena.
Yep.
Yep.
We got Athena. We got
Athena and King Cam.
All right.
Hey,
Thank
King
you, y'all.
Cam.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all showing up. One last thing before we wrap up, because I saw somebody ask what happened with me and Nick in the theater. We
Yeah,
were
what
sitting
was-
in the-
what's going on with
We were like
y'all?
an hour and a half into the theater, and this black woman walks in with her child and the son, and she looking like she ain't giving no fucks that we in the middle of the movie. What seats we in, babe? Babe, what seats we in? D3, D2? And she came and looked. She said, "What number are you?" And she was just like, and Nick pulled out his phone. Nick was like, "I know we in the wrong fucking seat." Nick was over there, and then they was like, "Yeah, we have D3." And he was like, "No, we showed it to her. She was in the wrong theater."
I
But
did that for Little Mermaid, y'all.
Oh no.
Damn. But what's funny though, like we already an hour and a half to the movie. She was like, "We gonna get our money's worth. Like we late, but we gonna finish this damn movie." We were like, at that point, I would have just not come to the
Y'all
theater.
on my side now, huh? I told y'all.
I did that for Little Mermaid.
What happened?
So I had bought tickets, had got the seats. Some other lady, when we sat down, like I guess the mom went to go get concessions, and they were like, "Somebody's in this seat," and I was like, "But our tickets said I had bought tickets for Sunday, and not for Friday when I went, so I had to go up and swap them out for a couple of other seats in the theater." Yeah,
My theater was mostly children.
really.
I was super fucking annoyed because
Oh.
they did not stop. They were jumping down the stairs, running back up the stairs. I love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Oh my God. Oh.
You was in Morrow?
Yep. Yep.
It's summertime.
Yeah.
It's summertime and it's
Yeah.
Spider Man.
I mean, I can't complain. It's a kid's movie.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I went to see a fucking cartoon. I can't complain.
Them kids from my Little Mermaid experience were good.
Yeah, they actually weren't
Them
bad.
kids was not
Where was
crying. They weren't running. They was in that movie.
In
Like
it.
confused.
Enthralled.
Enthralled. When you gonna go see Little Mermaid?
Who?
You too. When you
All right,
gonna
close
All
it
right,
out.
y'all. So we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for showing up, man. Like I said, maybe some additional content. If you want to become a patron, please do so. Maybe there within the week. But man,
Yeah, I think an Easter eggs would be dope.
Yeah, I do too. I would watch that.
Yeah.
We'll run through some Easter eggs, you know. But it was great to have y'all. Other than that, man, see y'all later. Peace.
Thank y'all. Good job, Jalen.